I'm going to move on from this as fast as possible.
Number 2. It's time to get you up to speed on all things sports.
Yes!
With plenty of nonsense in between.
Oh, look! Here comes our
Starts right now on 90 Fan.
Hey, what's happening there, San Diego? Great to be with you. It is, I don't need to tell you, finally a Friday. And it's a Friar Friday here on Gwynn and Chris. Chris Ello and Tony Gwynn Jr. Tony's down at Petco Park. Scraby's alongside here in the Odyssey Palace Studios as we get rolling and get you ready for the beginning of a homestand. Tonight, the Padres taking on the Minnesota Twins. They're in town for 3. And Padres will begin play 1 game ahead of Arizona for the wild card final spot in the National League playoffs. So big games all around. And our Friar Friday interview coming up in about 20 minutes, actually, would be Robbie Ray. So looking forward to welcoming him to a Friar Friday and welcoming Tony Gwynn Jr. and the gang back to the booth at Petco Park. How are you, Tone?
Doing well, sir. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, all's good.
Thanks, Larry David.
Yeah, I know. That was all I had. I think he only says that because he can't think of what else to say next, because that's why I said that. Yeah, I didn't really have anything beyond that, so I kept saying it.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's another interleague series, and I think we've talked that to death. We're not a big fan of all of this interleague play. But the fact of the matter is the Padres have done pretty well, as have most National League teams against the American League. The Padres are 22-14 against the AL this year. They have 3 series left. The next 2 are going to be much tougher because they still have the Rays and the Yankees ahead. But the Twins come in here having won 3 straight, and that 3 was a sweep over the first place Atlanta Braves. So Minnesota's playing well. However, Tony, the Padres have not lost back-to-back games in a month. Last time was actually July 22nd and 3rd. Lost 2 games to the Braves in Atlanta. Other than that, 18-7, the best record in baseball, and hoping to keep the good times rolling.
Let the good times roll.
Thank you, the Cars. I appreciate that.
Good
Rick
times
Ocasek.
Let's keep the good times rolling. Coming home, little Friday, or little what is it? City Connect Friday tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Twins, as you mentioned, have won 3 straight. They are the holder of the last wild card spot in the AL, and yeah, I mean, Padres need to take care of business at home. We talked about it yesterday. They went 500 on the road. Come on back to the home cooking and get yourself some W's.
Yeah, Padres have been doing it really with the pitching, and maybe that's not that surprising. But in a sense, it feels like it is because there was such a long stretch where the Padre pitching was a veritable, kind of survival mode, with the starting pitching and all of the injuries and, mixing and matching and, quilting it together, as myself and Kevin Acey like to say. But now, you got yourself the 5-man rotation, and help is on the way with Joe Musgrove hopefully returning soon. But until then, Vasquez holds down that spot, and he'll start tonight, trying to give the Padres a 5th consecutive quality start. And when you look at a quality start, it's really not that great. It's 6 innings or more with 3 runs or less, earned runs. So if you go 6 innings, allow 3 earned runs, that's a 4.50 ERA, but it's also a quality start. And when you think, well, it's pretty easy to do, the Padres have 4 in a row for the first time since May of last year. So it's not that easy to do, apparently, Tony. And the more quality starts, the more, first of all, the rest the bullpen gets. And obviously, if you get a good start, you keep your team in the game, and you have yourself a chance to win.
It's funny because, some of it is because guys can't. Some of it is because teams aren't willing to take the risk of letting a guy maybe get through some traffic or some jams. Either way, that's what it is now. And the fact that the Padres have gotten 4 of those and they've gone 2-2 in those, that needs to change for sure, right? Because those are Padres didn't, as you said, they hadn't had 4 straight since last year. So I think when you have a ton of those, it leads to a lot more wins than losses. So you keep putting yourself in that spot where you're getting 6 or more, whatever, and you're holding teams off the board. Because a lot of times for the Padres, I think Michael King might have been the only one of the 4 that gave up like more than 2 runs in that 6 innings of work. Yeah. I think everybody else was throwing up either 1s or 0s. You're going to win a ton of those games. And so keep throwing the ball like that. I mean, even Vasquez put one together, not his last one, but the last time he started, he went 6 himself. So
6
you can if you can continue to do this, I like your chances irregardless of whatever else is happening in the game.
Absolutely. And, you look at this offense, at least look, it's turned the entire season around. I mean, we've documented it on July, I think it was 10th was the turning point game. But before that day, the Padres were last in every conceivable category. And since that day, they're first or second in every conceivable category. But the offense, at least I would say in 2 of the games in New York, showed some of those things that have been driving us crazy a little this year. And that basically is not cashing in opportunities. And you got to get back to that starting tonight against the Twins, because the Mets, to me, just did not pitch well in that series. Maybe McLean got going there in the last 4 innings or so. But other than that, they didn't pitch well. They were behind in the counts, runners on base all the time. And the Padres just did not make them pay. So, like
I said, we smoked those 2 games off in New York because it should have gone. They should have won those 2. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, but whatever, it's done. What's done now. So
I looked into this.
You're still mad at Robert Stock.
I'm still mad about Robert Stock. I really am. I cannot believe because
you're not the only one mad about Robert Stock.
Okay,
so
believe me. Yeah. All right, because I looked into his career. He was like playing in Mexico just recently. Anyway, I looked at the whole thing with the mound and him standing all the way to the other side. Like, do you think did the Padres go any further in trying to talk about that? Or
I mean, you can all you can do is raise it to the crew chief. If the crew chief deems it legal,
he didn't want to call it. Then I guess it's not illegal. But it really seemed like he was getting a bit of an advantage.
He definitely was getting an advantage.
Well, look, he took advantage of it.
The Ron Darling, who was in the other booth, and Jesse kind of went over there. They would tell you without a doubt that Mike Scott was scuffing the baseball in that 86 series. He was. But they couldn't prove it. And so, they just got to keep moving on. You got to figure out another way.
The 86
just how it was.
He's referring to the 86 Mets who won the World Series but lost 2 NL playoff games to the Astros. Both were shutouts pitched by Mike Scott, who was a good pitcher but also cheated. And
do you know this for sure?
Yes, and the Mets knew it for sure too. Oh. They couldn't.
But how
can
you not prove it if it's known
it was a different day? I mean, it was a different age, a different world. Mike Scott was really good at it, but he was throwing pitches that were disappearing. He was striking out 12, 14 batters every game.
Hey,
the Mets couldn't touch him, but they beat everybody else. So
this is the crazy part about the game back then and now, right? If a guys in the that time, 80s, 90s. If someone fouled a ball off, they wanted that ball back because it had a scuff on it, and they could make it do. These guys throw balls out like they don't even want to even
all the time.
Deal with it. They throw them out.
Used to get
the ball could barely touch a pebble of dirt. They're getting rid of that bad boy. They don't want. They want a clean baseball.
I think has Mike Scott ever come clean actually and said he scuffed the ball?
I don't know. I know. I've talked. The Dodgers were pretty decent around that time too, and my Uncle Chris will tell you to this day that they knew Mike Scott was scuffing the baseball, but they couldn't prove it.
They could not do anything.
I just found an article, November 4th, 2011. Title is Mike Scott admits to scuffing baseballs.
Hey, all right.
And it's on NBC Sports, so I tend to believe it.
That's how wild the 80s. I mean, my man had a sandpaper underneath his glove and would like just take the whoop right there with the baseball.
Here's his quote. He's not necessarily admitting to it. He says they can believe whatever they want to believe. Every ball that hits the ground has something on it. I've thrown balls that were scuffed, but I haven't scuffed every ball that I've thrown.
Yeah, sure you haven't.
So
Not every ball.
Yeah,
some of the balls were already scuffed.
You know who you really want to ask this question to? First, the Mets, because they remember what happened in the series. But you can also ask it to the Giants. And in particular, I would think Will Clark. The Giants were no hit by Mike Scott in the final game that clinched the division that year. And I'm sure Will Clark remembers that, and not so fondly.
I'm sure he does too.
Yeah.
Will Clark, of all guys, does not forget.
No,
something
he
like
would
that.
not forget that either.
Will would never let that.
But that's funny that Ron Darling brought that up, Tony. The 1986 playoff was now 40 years ago, and he still remembers it like it was yesterday. So
that is funny.
All right, tonight the Padres and the Twins, they will get rolling around here at about 6:30. We'll have Sam Levitt's pregame show before that. Don't forget Robbie Ray, our Friar Friday interview. We have all the regular Friday stuff, including, I think, a really interesting revealing countdown today, talking about life on the radio. So stick around for all of it. Gwynn and Chris, we're underway. We're here. Tony's there, and it's now time that I can go to break, according to the hard-charging and very following the clock, Matt Scraby.
It's Ben from Ben & Woods. Are you
Chris Ello, Matthew Scraby, Robbie Ray to join us on as our Friday guests here in a few minutes.
Do not let Scraby be near this interview because all he wants to know is why Robbie Ray grunts. And I don't think that that's an appropriate question.
I'm over it.
You're not over it. You
he
refer
started
to
twice.
it every time.
He started twice now? I'm used to it.
No, you're not.
It's just shocking when you see it once every year.
You don't like it. Bugs you.
It's new. I think that's a fair question. It's new for us San Diegans. Like, I don't think a lot of people know. But I'm not going to ask it.
I'm not either. So that's why I said
the tight pants question.
If you want to know why he grunts, get Scraby to track him down for you because we're not asking him.
Not going down on our. All right, it is Players Weekend. We have not discussed this.
Oh, it is. Is this where you get to put your own name on the uni, all kinds of stuff?
I'm not sure exactly how it's going down. I know that there has. Remember, we used to wear like a completely different uniform. They're not doing that.
Right.
Obviously, it's City Connect night, but they do have nicknames. I'm just not sure if they're going to be on the jerseys. So here is your Players Weekend nickname guide. Luis Camposano, Campy.
Yeah.
Ty France. I like this one. Big Eiffel.
Big Eiffel because of Ty France, and I saw some T-shirts that said Big Eiffel, and I saw them out on Instagram, and evidently they're kind of in demand. Whoever made those,
it's a great shirt.
Sounds
like
people want to buy those. So,
Sung Moon Song, Mooney, Jace Bowen, J-Bo.
Okay,
Austin. This is so baseball. Austin Hayes, Hazy.
Boy, he stayed up late for that one.
We don't even try on some of these.
Hayes, what do you want to be? How about Hazy? Perfect. It's great.
Luis Rengifo is FIFO.
FIFO. Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like Players Weekend is a dud at the moment. We better get some better nicknames than that.
We'll get to the rest of it on the other side. Let's bring our Friday guests on. Padres starting pitcher Robbie Ray joins us on this Friday. Robbie, thank you for your time. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Year 13 for you. I mean, I know for most guys it goes by extremely fast. I mean, does it feel like you've been in the league this long at this point in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like you blink your eyes and it's gone by. It definitely. I feel like every year it gets faster and faster.
Yeah.
Robbie, so with that in mind, I'm sure you like to try to drink it all in a little bit and go out and appreciate the opportunity that you still have. Talk about, working your way into the new mix here in San Diego. And is it kind of fun to join a new team and keep things fresh a little bit?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's fun. It's a fun atmosphere. It's a great team. These guys like to have fun, but they also work hard and you can see it on a daily basis. And, it's just a really good group of guys and being able to be here for a couple of weeks now, being able to settle in and get a quality start under my belt with the last one has been great.
Robbie, you've been a man that's traveled this league pretty well and it's been mainly on the West Coast. And for a guy who's from Tennessee, what's your thoughts on being on the West Coast so much? I already know that it's probably the worst travel you have in the league, but outside of that, do you enjoy playing on the West Coast?
I do, yeah. San Diego's obviously, I mean, it's beautiful. You can't complain. Living close to the beach, 65, 70 degrees and sunny every single day. I mean, it's a tough life, But the West Coast is great. I love it.
Well, we appreciate you thinking that it's 65 and sunny every day. Lately, it's been like 95 and sunny, but we're hanging in there. Robbie Ray is with us, and I'll ask you a question that you've probably already been asked 100 times since the other night, but your view of Fernando's catch, it was, I'm sure, appreciated by yourself more than probably anybody else.
Very appreciated. Yeah, off the bat, I didn't think it had enough to carry, and it just kept going. And then I saw Fernando go back, and he was at the wall, and he leapt up, and I was like, "Did he catch it?" And I'm sitting there looking, and then he finally holds the ball up, and I just blacked out and threw my hands in the air. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Robbie, you've done a terrific job since joining the rotation. You mentioned you got your first quality start underneath your belt in the last one. One thing I've noticed just kind of doing these games, you seem completely unbothered when you have traffic behind you. I mean, obviously you've done it for 13 years now. You've had to have done it many times at this point, but not everybody seems to be as comfortable as you do once you do get some traffic on the bases. Where does that come from?
I think it's like you said, it's the experience. I've had it throughout my career where, earlier on in my career, I was more of a punch out guy. I was racking up the strikeouts. So, the comfortability came with, you got runners in scoring position. It's like, I'm just going to strike out these next two guys. But,
Right.
This year, I've became more of my ground ball percentage is higher. And so in those situations, I feel like putting the ball on the ground and getting a double play. I feel comfortable, kind of with all my pitches in that kind of aspect.
Yeah, I love that question, Tony, because, watching you, Robbie, I mean, I almost feel comfortable when you get a guy or two on, and normally that's an uneasy feeling, for the fans and for everybody. But do you feel like you pitch a little differently with guys on, and maybe you try to be a little more fine, work the black part of the plate, or when there's nobody on base, which has led to a few more walks? But then after that, you don't walk anybody because you're maybe not being as fine. And I'm guessing here. Hopefully you can take me into your mind a little on how you're going about it.
Yeah, I think it's more so just like bearing down in those situations. It really comes down to, when those walks happen, it's, maybe it's a lack of focus or something with the delivery is not as crisp. And in those situations with runners on, it's like, okay, this is a moment that you really have to bear down and get your team out of this.
Robbie Ray joins us here, Padres starting pitcher, one of the Padres starting pitchers, throwing the ball tremendously well right now. Robbie, as you talked about being a punch guy early in your career and then having to kind of morph into a guy who, as you said, your ground ball rate is higher than has been. What was that transition for? Like, that's not an easy one for guys like yourself who have spent the majority of their career getting the ball by guys. Has that been an adjustment for you?
It has, yeah. I think the ABS system has kind of changed the way that, guys like me pitch, because back in the day, you could kind of just abuse the top of the zone, and that was something that you could get away with. But now it feels like the top of the zone has been brought down with the ABS system. And so you're having to pitch more in the hitter's nitro zone to below the zone to get the chases. And, that's something that, adding the sinker and adding the changeup has been able to help me get that bottom of the zone a little bit easier than, with the four seam at the top.
Robbie Ray started his career a long while ago. As Tony mentioned, the time's gone by quickly. It says here you were planning to go to college, play at Arkansas when you were drafted by the Nationals. Discuss your decision to go into baseball, and 3-4 years after that, you were to the big leagues. So it seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah, ultimately it came down to me wanting what I wanted to do with my life, and that was be a Major League Baseball player, and to be able to get the opportunity to start that at 18 instead of and foregoing the 3 years of college and then re-entering the draft, it made more sense for me to kind of start that pursuit of that dream.
Robbie, you mentioned ABS. It's been an adjustment, I think, for everybody. I know obviously we've seen that top of the zone certainly come down. You're not getting those calls above. I mean, besides that point, do you like ABS for yourself?
I think it kind of it's fun for the fans. I think the fan interaction is great. But there is the human element to baseball that's kind of been taken out of it with the ABS. You have the umpire who makes a call, but then it does stop, the hitters from complaining, because it's like, if you want to complain, just challenge it. So I see both sides of it, and but it is kind of frustrating when you're out there and it's like, man, I felt like that ball was, that 5-6 years ago that gets called a strike. and then all of a sudden the hitter challenges it, and it's just above belt high, and it's a ball.
Robbie Ray joining us on the SDCCU fan hotline, not Big Bank Banking. It's better. I want to finish up with something really good, Robbie. I want to ask you, where do you keep the Cy Young Award? And how do you deal with having been a Cy Young pitcher? Because unfortunately, that award you won in 2021 is not helping you get guys out today. Although maybe it's giving you the confidence you can do it, right?
For sure. Yeah, I have the award in my house. I've got kind of like a little trophy hall with all of my accomplishments hanging up with some jerseys and stuff like that. So the family and everybody can kind of walk down that hall and see it. So it's pretty it's a pretty cool little display that I got.
That's awesome. Robbie, we won't hold you any longer, my friend. Thank you for your time, man. Good luck in your next start, and you got the city behind you, my friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Robbie.
Robbie Ray, our Friar Friday guest. SDCCU is not Big Bank Banking. It's better. Good job.
Cy Young Award would be cool to have. Just one. Why not?
Just one? You just want one? You can go buy one and put it up if you want.
I might I'd like to see Robbie Ray.
I'm sure they sell
display.
replicas.
Yeah, they definitely sell replicas. I've told you about the time I saw Cy Young Award, right?
Well, I've seen it. I think I saw Randy Jones's.
No, I was at Tim Lincecum's apartment in San Francisco, and I saw
Why?
it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole story that I've told on the radio before, but
we did hear
it's maybe one of the worst moments of my life. So,
let's revisit it.
This was early. Was this early Scraby radio guy?
Yeah, this was pre 97.3 The Fan.
I don't think Scraby would tell this story today.
You're probably right, but I've already told it. So basically, my ex-girlfriend from this is 15, 16, 17 years ago. My ex-girlfriend, I walked out and they were making out on the couch, her and Tim Lincecum. And so
why were you there in the first place?
She was friends with him. And I thought it was going to be awesome to go hang out with Tim Lincecum.
And he stole your girl.
I don't really know what happened with that.
Maybe it was his girl the whole time. You didn't know if they were friends. We don't need to go down.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that. I've already buried that so deep, and I've worked through it. That,
I think we should put it under the category of be careful what you wish for, because you probably really wished you could meet Tim Lincecum.
I did. When she said, "Hey, I know Timmy," she called him Timmy. I know Timmy.
Goodness. Well, you should have taken that as that should have been a giveaway.
That should have been your
Now,
first.
the reason I wasn't I didn't think from the beginning is because she was in a group of people.
I know Timmy.
She was in a group of people that all hung out with Tim Lincecum. And anyway, let's move on.
By the way,
it's interesting that Tim Lincecum has Cy Young Awards, though, Scraby. I think we should talk a little bit more about Timmy.
He sucked the face.
Tell
he
us
was
why,
not
Tony.
fun to face. Because he was catapulting his body at you while he was throwing the baseball. It was
tough to hit.
That guy.
Didn't he have 2 no-hitters against the Padres, I think?
Yeah, and he also threw 140
I wasn't a part
pitches.
of one. I think I was a part of one.
Oh, were you? Yeah.
Oh, now the chat is giving me, he was just a friend. He was just
I think Tony's got it right.
Old Timmy.
I think Tony's right. I should have said this in maybe I'll say it in the countdown later, but I shouldn't tell such personal stories so early in my radio career because they do follow you around.
People don't forget, man. They got memories like elephants out there.
They really do.
Yeah, they were. I mean, and we find out when they come up to you sometime, listeners, and we love when you come up and say hi. But listeners who come up and say, "Do you remember the time?" And then they tell you some moment on the radio show from 2023, and you're like, yeah, I wish I did.
Scraby has some good ones, man. You really did have some.
I had some crazy days.
You've given us some good ones.
Yeah, I had some crazy days. That night, I'm not joking. I walked outside angry as everything. It was 3 a.m. I was trying to find.
You said you didn't want to revisit this. Now I'm
telling you what happened after that. So it was 3 a.m. I'm waiting for a taxi. Some drunk guy comes driving down the street and crashes into a car across the street. It was what is happening in my life right now? It is insane.
Did you ever think that maybe you were lucky because
he didn't crash into you?
You were messing around with Tim Lincecum's girl, and you're lucky that he didn't make the connection?
Wait. You just said Tim Lincecum's girl. That is...
I'm just saying.
Maybe it was.
At the time in our relationship, we weren't the greatest, and we weren't necessarily 1,000%
Dog,
together.
you know how
but we were
bad you have to be for the girl you go to somebody's house with to be making out with somebody else?
Why do you
when
think I
come out
drank,
of the-
Tony? Why do you think I drank so much?
Yeah,
That would
Incidents
drive you
like
to
that.
it.
Incidents like that.
I
It's
get
all
it.
good though. I got
get
a
it.
great story. I got to see Tim Lincecum.
Boy, that's worth it. Yeah. Well worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Jeff says he no hit me. We go to break now.
No, we
You
need
know,
to.
we're talking about dead air later. Why did I just let all that air be dead?
You're very into being on time. We have to wait 8 more seconds.
No,
Now
we're
Tony
good.
can do it.
We're good.
Let's get to break. What are we doing on the
I
other
have
side
no
of this?
idea.
Picking up
I'm
the
going home.
pieces of this segment.
Yeah, we're gonna do a therapy session.
More Gwynn and Chris.
Gwynn and Chris on the Fan.
Brian Dunseth, MLS season pass analyst.
I'd love to have you up in the booth. You can check it out from our perspective.
lefty. He will return to the mound Monday. Start off that series against the Pirates. Tonight it'll be Vasquez and the Twins in game one of the 3-game series. The Padre lineup is out. We'll give it to you in a minute. A couple of quick things in this segment.
Just to let you know, Tony Gwynn Jr. is not back in his seat, and just so you know.
All right. Brewers and Braves are playing this afternoon in Milwaukee. I don't normally care too much about, a little afternoon baseball. But, Scrape, this is a hell of a matchup. I don't know if you saw this. Chris Sale against Mizorowski. So they're going head-to-head. Yes. You got two of the best in baseball.
And Mizorowski looked up to Chris Sale as a kid.
Yeah, well, right now, Sale's looking up to him because Mizorowski is shutting out the Braves, which he's been doing to everybody this year. 2-0 Brewers over the Braves in the top of the 6th inning at Milwaukee. Everything else is under the lights. Couple of quick baseball notes while Tony gets settled back in here. Ketel Marte does go to the 10-day injured list. This after his no-show. So the Diamondbacks still have to figure that situation out. Tony, I don't know if you've heard anything more. Both Scraby and I just feel like there's more to this. I know a lot of people are saying, well, Ketel Marte is a deadbeat player and he doesn't care. And
I never said
I
that,
just
by
don't
the way.
know. I said people are saying that,
okay.
and I don't know that that's accurate. Ketel Marte seems to be a very pretty emotional guy, at least some of the things that I've seen, and I just wonder if everything's okay with Ketel Marte, and a lot of the references from Torey Lovello and others seem to indicate that nobody's really sure what the situation is right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we all are kind of waiting to see if there's more information that come out. What we do know is he's going to the IL with a knee issue.
Yeah.
But I tend to believe, I kind of in agreement with Chris on this. Like, seems to be something going on. You just hope it's, being addressed one way or another, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not normal. This situation is not a normal thing that happens very often. So
no.
Because I don't know enough, I'm not going to speak on it. I just hope that whatever it is, it's being addressed.
I think we're all in the same situation, but I just think before people jump all over Ketel Marte, which a lot of people in Arizona seem to be doing, I've seen a lot of people calling for the, never play again, suspend him the rest of the season. And maybe
Who are these people, by the way?
I'm just saying maybe that's what ends up happening, but it seems a little harsh before we know all the details. A couple of quick NBA notes, I think, of interest with the season coming up soon. DeMar DeRozan, old pal, joins the Nuggets, and Klay Thompson going to take his game to South Beach. Apparently, he's going to join the Heat as a free agent. So a couple of, names that people recognize moving around the NBA. I wanted to get into, I have one thing before we get into the Dodgers. And I think the Dodgers need to be discussed, even though we don't really know a lot. The old where there's smoke, there's fire theory is starting to get into my mind about the Dodgers and their payroll and what's happening. But I wanted to congratulate an old friend that I haven't seen in a long, long time, but I called his games many years ago when I did the Sockers, Brian Quinn. And if you're a fan of the old champion indoor San Diego Sockers, you'll never forget that team, and Julie V and Steve Jungle and Kevin Crow, and Brian Quinn was the heart and soul of that. They won all those championships. Anyway, reminder, Brian Quinn is now the soccer coach at USD. Why is this something worth mentioning? Because yesterday they beat defending national champion and number 1 ranked Washington 2-1. So what a great win.
This is in
men's soccer. What a great win for the USD men's soccer team over the number 1 team in the nation and the defending national champs. So congrats to those guys. That's a great win for Brian Quinn, and he's one of the all-time great guys. And speaking of soccer, by the way, the Grand Canyon women's soccer team is now 2-0. We're going to be following this team so closely this year. Tony's daughter, I don't know, can you put the clip up for people to look at on YouTube?
It would take me way too long.
All right. Well, I wish you could.
You can see it on my page. Just go to.
Okay, Tony's got the clip. Michaela takes a shot. First of all, she makes a great move, gets around 2 or 3 defenders, takes a cracker of a shot. It is going into the upper right corner of the goal for her first career collegiate goal. And the darn goalkeeper for Buffalo, one of the best saves I've ever seen. Diving, full extension, knocked it away to keep Michaela off the board. But yeah, you guys still won.
She's knocking, though. She's knocking
going to
at
get
the
one
door.
soon for sure. Yeah, but they won again. So good for you, Tony, and your daughter there. All right, so let's get to the Dodgers situation. This is hard to totally make clear to everybody because I've been reading as much as I can on it, and I am having trouble gaining a lot of traction on it because I don't understand the world of big business and, I don't know, all these terms and things that you've got to really be, sharp on this stuff to understand trading insurance companies and borrowing against loans.
It's definitely complicated.
So many things like that. But if you're like me, Scraby, and I know you are, what we're reading about the Dodgers and some of the investigations that are now going in to Mark Walter after his sale of the Lakers and all of this, it's starting to look a lot like the fact that the Dodgers have been pulling some serious shenanigans to get the kind of money that they are able to get to have the salary structure that they have. And maybe this is all premature, Tony. Maybe it'll all be perfectly well explained, and maybe it's all very legal. Again, this is a little bit beyond my, my scope, but people are wondering about it, and you wonder where it's going to go, if anywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think both of those things are true. I think it's definitely premature to have this discussion at all. But I also think that it could very well end up being some trouble for Mr. Mark Walter. So I don't know. It's very complicated. I mean, borrowing against other things that is not illegal, you just have to hey, I just thought of the word, Scraby. Yesterday I was trying. Disclose is the word I was looking for.
Yes, thank you, Tony. You hit the word. They're supposed to disclose the kind of money they're borrowing against the insurance companies that he owns, and the charge evidently is that he really just hasn't been 100% truthful with all of that, and that's allowed the Dodgers to pile up a lot more money. There's also something to do with their TV revenue.
By the way, it's
not sharing, and that's because of some crazy little coincidence.
By the way, it's all of his businesses. It's not like he's doing it for the sole purpose of the Dodgers. He's doing this he allegedly is doing this for all of his businesses. Dodgers are just one of them. But yeah, I mean, it's getting, there is smoke coming through the chimney, as my man Chris would say, but no fire yet. Yeah. And I don't even know that the smoke is thick yet. It's just smoke. But every day that we wake up, it seems like a new report comes out, or these things start to happen when you get like a trickle effect, right? It's a little piece here, and then all of a sudden, we found this little piece here, and then a couple months down the line, we found this big slice here.
Yeah.
And so
how did we not know the Dodgers were doing this for the last 15 years? This is so obvious. Well, evidently not, because it's it's coming out very, very, very slowly. It's even Jeff Passan, who is the great baseball reporter by most accounts, Ken Rosenthal, who's a big name, Bob Nightingale, who's a big name. A lot of these guys, seeing that they're coming under some criticism now because they're not pursuing the story fast enough and doing enough for some of the people out there who want to see the Dodgers fall. But I think this is going to come out eventually, and we'll see where it goes. My first thought is that they may not have broken a law to the letter of the law, but I believe that they have certainly pushed the envelope.
They're playing on the edges, for sure.
I think they've been on the edges, and maybe they crawled over the edge a few times. And maybe that has helped put them in the position they are in to be able to have the kind of money to afford the salaries they're paying. So if that's the case, baseball's going to find out too, because we're coming up on a lockout. So all of this stuff is going to be dragged through the mud one way or the other.
By the way, that is not something that ownership group, if this is true, wants to have happening at all. Like, other owners are going to feel a way about that.
That's right.
I mean,
they want to unite the owners right now against the players, but they might be fighting with each other.
Over if this is true. Again, if this is true, this would not be a good thing for a group of folks that are all billionaires, and you're trying to get them on the same page. You don't need even the smallest little hiccup can throw that off track. Here's the other thing because this is the story in baseball. The story in basketball is the Clippers, and we've kind of gone over this a little bit with what's my man's name, Scrape? You listening? I know you over there on the computer.
I'm listening.
Pablo Torre?
Yeah.
Pablo Torre. It was interesting to me. I don't know if you guys peeped this, and it's been kind of the subject of conversations on some of the shows, that, through all of that reporting, right, the NBA never really disputed any of it. They kind of just left it alone. I don't know if you guys peeped the ESPN story last week where they basically came out and said there was going to be no punishment to the Clippers.
Right, because the NBA couldn't find anything, they said.
But did you see the NBA statement to the ESPN's article? Basically, they came out and said there are some inaccuracies in this story. Now, mind you, these two are partners. ESPN and NBA are in a partnership. They didn't dispute anything Pablo Torre said or any of those folks who were reporting it. But then the moment ESPN comes out, who they are in partnership with, they disputed that. And if you read their statement, it was like a smackdown almost. And I just wonder what is going on there, because Pablo Torre said a whole bunch of more damning things than the NBA, than ESPN actually wrote about, but they went out of their way to dispute the ESPN statement.
Even though,
I don't know. It's just to me, there's a real development happening with journalism and them reporting on these big stories.
Now you're getting to it, Tony. This is the problem. This is the big problem now, because what is happening? ESPN owns part of the NFL, right? They sold some of it to the ESPN so that it can be ESPN's NFL Sunday Red Zone, right? ESPN has a piece of the NFL. I know they do. And I'm sure they have a piece of the NBA in one way or the other. So how in the world are we supposed to count on ESPN to report on what's really happening in a league that they're owners of now? It's blurring everything.
I just want to add, because we have I have a friend who's knows all this financial stuff, and they're saying that the problem with this whole thing is that he broke SEC rules due to the crazy conflict of interest, because the same entities are both the lenders and borrowers,
right?
Which is highly against SEC rules.
Right, and I read that too, but I still don't totally understand.
Me neither, but I'll just read what they sent me.
That's why we left it out.
I know what they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, right. He's a lender and the borrower. Okay, what does that mean?
Problem.
But, there's a lot of issues that are being looked at. That's the baseball, the Dodger thing. But Tony's bringing up something even bigger, which I think is something that they have to watch. And that is
basically
how report on any of this stuff legitimately anymore.
Right. That's why it seems like so many people are turning to these independent news bases now, because it seems like every entity is bought by another entity that could want to kind of skew whatever it is that the information they're giving you.
There's a lot of this stuff happening in the world of journalism right now. And if we have a second to just get to, there's a guy named Matt Calkins who wrote for several years as a columnist for the UT. He has worked for the Seattle Times for the last half dozen years. He quit and resigned yesterday or 2 days ago, and it's making some national news because he said he wrote some columns that they didn't necessarily want published in their paper because he was saying some opinions, whether they agreed or not. The fact of the matter is they called it spiking, but they were not allowing him to put those stories in. And he resigned, trying to make the point that if we're going to continue putting a limit on what we're allowed to say, what we're allowed not to say, well, that's the First Amendment is there for a reason. And there is a freedom of the press. There is a freedom of expression out there that in a lot of ways is being challenged. And, I hope we never give up the fight to keep it because it's pretty important, I think. So
no doubt.
I'll get rid of the First Amendment if it keeps you in line.
Anyway, good luck to Matt Calkins because he's a guy that I did meet when he was down working in San Diego. And, I think he's doing something really important right now. He really, truly is. He's sticking up for a lot of people who want to be able to express what they, should be able to express. All right. Sick Pablo Torre on the Dodgers and let me know what he comes up with, Scraby.
That's who we need to get after.
He's probably already looking into it.
Pablo will get him.
That's the problem with being the internet.
Pablo will get him.
Being the internet's investigative reporter is that you have to investigate everything.
Go get him, Pablo.
Yeah.
More Gwynn and Chris coming up.
3 o'clock on the dot. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby, Padres, Twins tonight. Little City Connect night.
Tonight?
I really like these new City Connect uniforms.
Do you?
Yeah, they're awesome.
I do too. Only thing I wish is that they had different font. Now I've seen the font just takes me back to the previous one.
It is the same exact thing.
Same exact font. You know?
That is true.
But outside of that, I love the uniforms. I especially love the bone pants.
Yeah,
that go with the navy top.
I still like the old one, City Connects, because they were nice enough to gift us one. The only problem with the old City Connects is they gave us number 22, and it reminds me of Juan Soto, and so I don't like.
It was actually the season 22.
I know, but it's 22 nonetheless. My wife likes to wear it sometimes, so.
I think the only person that wears that jersey, because
she wears it.
I'm saying my jersey, I got made fun of at a game one time. Someone behind me asked me when I was going to go in and pitch because I made my own jersey. So I haven't worn it, but my mom wears it, and people,
your mom wears it.
She loves it.
She should.
I gave it to her, basically. I gave it to her.
She's proud of you. It says your name on it.
It does. Well, her name, too.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point. Hadn't thought of that.
All right. I just keep filling the air with random.
No, I think I like these City Connects better than those City Connects. I've come to that conclusion.
Okay, Tony.
Gambit time.
Are you asking my opinion?
No, I was.
Oh, your opinion.
You're.
Oh,
he already gave your opinion. You said you liked them.
I thought I already gave my opinion.
Yeah, he likes them.
All right, let's get to the date again.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo!
If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. And the first bet, I knew how, because the Yankees, -1.5 on the run line against the Beaks or the Orioles. Yankees win 6-1. You guys chose the Orioles. I chose the Yankees. Now, here's a crazy one. Total runs. Who had more runs in their game? The Angels at the Astros or Washington and the Nationals and the Rangers? Nationals and Rangers were 2-0. So 2 runs. Angels at Houston. The Angels won 18-3. So Angels in Houston won. You guys chose Washington.
Angels got 18 runs. They may not score again for a month.
That is very true. Jordan Alvarez over under 3.5 runs plus hits. Runs plus hits plus RBIs. We all went over. He only had 2. He had a run and a hit. 49ers Chargers over.
I knew I should have stuck with my original.
You did
thought.
change.
So stupid.
Well, he would have made it, but I think they took him out of the game because they were
it got out of
losing
hand.
so much.
49ers Chargers over under 38.5 total points. Chris and I went over. Tony went under. It was 41-17 49ers, 58 total points.
Yeah, typical 49er performance, rubbing it in a preseason game.
I'm not even
piling up the score in a preseason game.
I'm not lying at all, but I forgot this game happened, and I don't even know what happened in it, other than they scored 41.
I got a video of my my barbershop friend DJ.
Okay.
He made the proclamation today that they were going to win the Super Bowl. So I took a video of it.
Okay.
And I'm going to hang on to it.
Okay.
I'm going to hang on to it.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
49ers.
Oh.
And when they win the Super Bowl.
I have a feeling this is going to age like spoiled milk.
Why?
There's a Reddit thread called "Like Spoiled Milk" with stuff like that.
This would fit in that one.
Yes, Chris. All right.
I just want to know why Tony's friend hates me so much.
Why you?
I mean, if the 49ers won the Super Bowl, does anybody have any idea how miserable my life would be?
What do you mean?
Coming in here with you?
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
I mean, they've played in 2 Super Bowls since we've worked together. Maybe even 3.
Goodness, they lost them both.
They did. Fernando Mendoza over under 120 passing yards. You guys went over. I went under. He had 80 plus that 80-yard pick six would be 160, but that doesn't count. Indiana Fever minus 2.5 against Dallas. You guys chose, or Chris and I went Indiana. Tony went Dallas. Dallas won 91-85. Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark had 10 points. I honestly did not get to Paige Beckers yet.
13 for her. Neither of them shot well.
But Paige Beckers wins the bet. So.
Yeah, and there was even a shot. Again, there's people online, I think, and if, unfortunately they're in my feed, but they just keep showing the WNBA in a bad light. And I don't know how the league can stop it, but there's a play last night where late in the game or quarter, Paige Beckers is trying to foul Caitlin Clark, and
it's such a stupid video.
It isn't it? She reaches for her, then she reaches for her again. Then Caitlin Clark falls down and throws the ball to the ref, and people are trying to start a whole war now between them. It's a shame, man. I don't know why people don't seem to want this league to get its due.
They don't. I don't think people. There are a lot of those people hate women. I feel like they just are trying to knock a good thing that's happening right now, because that play is so just normal. When you're trying to foul, the ref didn't call the first foul, so she had to then reach for her again.
Exactly.
And so got the foul call. You can understand Caitlin Clark being like, "Yo, just call the first one."
That's right.
You don't even know who she's mad at. They don't even make eye contact basically either. So just. People are just making up stuff to put the W in a bad light.
Well, Ravi's favorite player, Agubin Wally, had 32 last night. How about some highlights of that?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Agubin Wally score 30.
The problem is that I feel like it's being covered more. And I don't even know that it's more, because I think all of these sports are the clips are used on Twitter more than there are actual shows kind of highlighting it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're on Twitter or on Threads, that's all you're going to see. Most of it. You're going to have an easier time finding some BS video someone put together that makes the W look crazy than you are going to find someone dropping 32.
I think it's a lot of the outsider broadcast people that are latching on to the politics side of this.
People that don't even watch the WNBA.
They just have nothing else to talk about, so they want to talk about something that they can just make fun of or crush or whatever. But, yeah, a lot of people have hijacked what the actual WNBA is all about.
I like what Tony said, man. I think they hate women sometimes and just don't want to see them succeed.
I don't disagree with that.
Stop doing that, because these women are succeeding, whether you want to support it or not. I mean, Angel Reese is another one, Tony. She is shooting like 60% from the field this year, but I've never seen her make a shot, because all they ever do is show her miss layups on the feed.
And that's what I'm saying.
All I ever see. She's scoring 17 a game, so she must make some of those, but they don't show any of them. All right, leave the WNBA alone. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Don't watch.
Yeah,
it's not that
let somebody else. Let the other people who are trying to enjoy it.
But what else are these political commenters supposed to talk about?
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. All right, let's get a couple of. Go ahead.
Political commentary has never been better. Okay.
Better?
I mean, better as in like topics and things to talk about. And I can't even remember a time when we didn't have craziness going on. Anyway, go ahead.
It's all crazy. I need to delay because I've lost my sheet.
This is why Chris needs to get into the 21st century, because this is happening far too often.
Oh, because I write something down somewhere and then I can't find it. But what if I was using the computer and I put it on a page that I couldn't access?
You hear the papers, then you hear him doing the licking his fingers.
He does. He is one of the few people I still see that licks their fingers.
He needs to leaf through. He needs to leaf through the paper.
You have to leaf through.
I get it, but everybody's a germaphobe these days, so it stands out a little bit more.
Not me. He knows. Scraby knows. I'm totally not. I have to eat food right off the floor here, because if I leave it on the floor, Ben Higgins will not like the fact that his place is messy Monday morning.
Well, I mean, it's just a common courtesy to clean up after yourself.
I do, so I just eat the food. And you know what's funny is I'm still, walking this earth just fine. You germaphobes.
Hey, it is. Just want to remind y'all, flu season is around the corner.
Mm-hmm. The only time the last time I got the flu was the year I took the flu shot. So I just want to make that clear. Padres,
No, I think you just have bypassed it when you got it. He just was like, I'm okay. I'm fine.
I think you build up a nice resistance to germs by encountering germs.
You know, we said this yesterday.
Unlike other people who don't ever want to go near a germ. And then when they actually get exposed to one, they're in big trouble.
They're in trouble.
Hey, how many times have you been sick on this show, and how many times have I been sick? You've been sick at least 100. I've been sick like 3 times. Okay.
How many shows have I missed because I'm sick?
Well,
how many?
But
that's a different question.
The different question, the real question I want to ask is how many shows should you have missed because you're sick? Because Chris does not respect the people in the studio and comes in while he's like, ha, ha, ha. I'm okay, everybody.
And he knows where I'm going with this. This criticism coming from the man who gave me COVID.
Get over it.
You brought it into the
7
studio.
years ago.
You brought COVID into the studio. At least I just bring a little cough in here.
It's not a little cough. You had to go home one day because you had no voice. This is what we talked about in the break yesterday. For some reason, Chris is the same age as my parents, and it drives me nuts because his generation will not accept help or make things easier on themselves. It's like, hey, I got to do this. Well, you know
they got
what?
to pick themselves up by their bootstraps, man. They can't be getting your help.
It's crazy. It's like, hey, you could use these cleats to go play soccer. Nope, I want to use these shoes with no cleats on them because that's how we did it back in the day.
You have to, you can't walk uphill in the snow to get to work.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, you can't. You
exactly.
Cannot.
I don't know how we got here.
You gave me COVID is how we got here. That's always going to be the bottom line in that argument.
But
that is a fact.
And
we need to move on.
And because I'm so good at dealing with the germs, I whisked the COVID out of my body in less than 1 day.
That is not true.
That is exactly true. Nobody would
Chris
let me come back to work for another week, but I was perfectly fine.
COVID was horrible.
It was not something to really joke about.
That was hilarious right there.
I have
He
never
said no one would let me come back to
They
work.
wouldn't. I was sitting at home and everybody's like, I want to see you take a test. Like,
I have never been so cold but so sweaty in my life except for when I got COVID. That was an weird experience.
The 2 hours that you gave it to me
it's not. See, this is another thing about his generation. Just to make you were sick. They can't.
I can't. Oh, gosh.
We have a couple minutes to get some bets in. Padres are favored over the Twins by 1.5 runs. COVID giver, you go first.
I'll go with the Padres. Do we know who's starting the game yet?
Vasquez, but yeah, let me make sure in the MLB starting
Vasquez
lineup.
is start.
Okay.
In the MLB page, it still has a TBD there, but no, there he is.
I promise you guys it's Vasquez.
Okay. Yes, he just popped up. So with that, I'll go with the 5th consecutive quality start. Vasquez a win. Tony, should mention.
Yeah, I'm going Vasquez in the Pods
to the win. How about 8 runs? We going over or under that tonight?
Who's throwing for them?
Connor Priella?
Yep.
Rookie left-hander with the 5.5 ERA. We struggle sometimes against these rookie left-handers, but not tonight. By the way, Fernando's starting to mash left-handed pitching the way he used to. He is destroying it at the moment.
By the way, someone on the chat, Yo Madre, said the answers to the cure are being held in Elo's body because you recovered so quickly.
Could be the case. Yeah. And I'll give you my secret. Expose yourself to germs and you'll be ready.
I'll go over as well.
Over 8 runs. Tony, what do you
Over.
All of us going for a big offensive night. We have Cleveland and Colorado at Coors Field with a 10.5
that's
run
a doozy.
evening. Joey Cantillo, who pitched well against the Padres. Tanner Gordon for the Rocks. And I don't know. I think you're first, Tony. 10.5 runs at Coors Field. That used to be a gimme. Not so much anymore, but
I'm going under.
Going to take an under. I would agree with you, but the Rockies have like a makeshift starter, so that doesn't bode well for Drew. Our guy Drew Goodman and company tonight to call a victory. I'll take over
I'll go
Scraby?
over as well.
Over for you. How about Connor Prielup of the Twins? 2 strikeouts over Vasquez. So you take either Vasquez strikeouts, you get 2, or you take Prielup to have more strikeouts. Scraby.
You know, he's not a strike. Vasquez is not a strikeout guy.
True.
But
Prielup is. He averages more than 1 per inning.
the Padres don't strike out that much.
Okay.
I'm going to go Vasquez.
You're going to take Vasquez +2.
+2 helps a lot.
I'll take Prielup because I agree with you. Vasquez throws the contact. He also could come out of the game earlier. Tony?
Vasquez.
Vasquez, he says. Total bases. Josh Bell returning to San Diego
And he's
tonight.
on fire right
He's
now.
been hitting well. You're right. He's in there for the Twins tonight. Who has more total bases, him or the all of a sudden struggling Manny Machado? You know, baseball goes so it hits you so fast that you're on fire, and then before you can even tell everybody the guy's on fire, you go into a little bit of a slump. And like Jackson Merrill went 2 for 21 on the road trip after he just crushed the ball for 3 weeks after the All-Star break. Now, having said that, I'll take Manny's total bases tonight. Josh Bell tries too hard in his return to San Diego. Tony?
He's got something to prove.
I will also take
Manuel?
I mean,
nobody's going to go with Josh Bell here. Tomorrow, Giants -3, Dolphins. Huge preseason game. I think Malik Willis really shines.
So
I have no
Dolphins?
idea. Of course. We're going to root for the Giants. Let's root for them.
I'm just going to say, I think Tony's going to take the Giants. I don't know.
He can. Tony, you want the Giants?
Giants
over
football, Giants football over the Dolphins.
They're at
Giants
Miami. It's a
-3.
big game.
Give me the
tomorrow.
Dolphins, baby.
Attaboy.
I'll go Giants. Chris,
what?
Chris acts like
Do you-
it's the worst team
do
that's
you
ever been
think-
assembled.
Do you think here's a better question. Does Dart get hit again and end up in the
tent?
concussion protocol thing, or is he still in it?
I haven't heard, but
Was that from the other day in the practice? They knocked him out?
I don't think this guy knows how to play football without
I'm
lowering
positive
his head.
he does not know how to run.
Yeah.
And I think, he might have been hit too many times. The fact that he was like beside himself on why he was in the tent. My guy,
Yeah,
if you
he's-
get hit
Yeah.
and you put your hand on your head like, oh, my head's about to
head.
explode, you're going to the tent, my guy.
Yeah.
Every time.
Thank God Brian Dable's not there to like run in there and
Yeah, are you okay?
Cuddle him.
You're okay. Come on, let's go. Follow me out. Let's go.
Jackson
We got-
Dart! Well, he realized his job was Jackson Dart basically had his job in his
I will
hands.
also say Jackson Dart took the hardest hit of any player in the NFL last year. And how that
Yes, he
wasn't illegal when the Patriot guy clotheslined him on the sideline.
Oh, I forgot.
Remember that
about
game, Monday
Yeah.
Night Football?
Yeah,
I remember it.
One more, Minnesota Lynx, best team in the WNBA, but only 1.5 at Washington. This kind of reeks. I'm going to take Washington like they know something.
Yeah,
Because
I'll take
Minnesota's
Washington
much
on this too.
better. They have 30-7 Minnesota. They're having a great year. Washington just a couple games over 500.
Minnesota.
You're going to take Minnesota anyway.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. He already went Washington.
I'm going Washington.
Washington, yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how the Twin fans in attendance tonight at Petco Park may have to divert their attention to follow what's happening there. All right, Tony is got to go down there and get his stuff, but we got 2 more big segments with him coming up, including a countdown and a big 5. Stick around for that as Gwynn and Chris rolls on toward tonight's Padre Twins game. Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero, never met a pitch he couldn't swing at, and powerhouse hitter for the Expos, and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, oh, yeah, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously, a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Was on with us earlier. And if you missed it, you'll get a chance to hear it. He's going to reprise it in the 5 o'clock hour. Well, actually, Robbie Ray's not going to be interviewed again, but
would that be awesome if they were
wouldn't that be nice
to
if he
come
came
on
back
twice?
and said, "Yeah, I'll do another interview for the 5 o'clock listeners."
That would be great.
Yeah, Robbie Ray, good guy, Cy Young Award winner, and pitching Monday. Tonight it's Vasquez against the Twins, and it's Prielup, the rookie lefty, for Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Scraby Got a little lineup to share with the folks out there.
Yeah, I have to decode the lineup though.
Why is that?
Because they put it in terms of their nicknames, their player weekend nicknames.
They did not do that on the MLB site. So if you
know what, I'll do it.
You think
in that
you
way.
can pull it off?
I'll do it in that way.
You're gonna do it's Players Weekend, so
Yes.
everybody's gonna have crazy names. Although the Padres weren't that crazy when you consider Austin Hayes is going by Hazy. Okay, great.
Oh, that's really funny.
Is Cronenworth going to be Crony? He usually is.
No,
so.
I'll tell you. Here
All
we
right,
go.
well,
Let's
here's
do
the
it
lineup with the players' names. Go for it.
Leading off for your San Diego Padres playing right field, El Nino.
El Nino. Okay. Yeah.
DHing batting second, FIFO. Which is Rengifo.
FIFO.
Third base.
FIFO's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling him that. I like that. FIFO.
Third base, El Ministro. Manny Machado.
Now, Ministro de Defensa.
Correct.
Is the longer.
Yes. C.
Yeah.
Cleaning up, playing first base, Big Eiffel, which is Ty France.
That is
I don't know
a good
why
one.
I don't feel
like
that's
it?
offensive towards Ty France for
I
some
think
reason.
Big Eiffel.
Big is the word I don't like because he's a big.
But he's the big part of the team. He's the cleanup hitter. He's the big guy.
All right. You sold me.
Yeah, he's the guy. Come on. Big Eiffel. I want a Big Eiffel t-shirt. Whoever's selling those, man, get those out.
I'm sure it's on like Roto something.
Think I could find it?
Oh, definitely.
All right.
Batting fifth, playing center field, Action Jackson.
Yeah, it doesn't do it for me.
I feel like his nickname is just Jackson.
Yeah, Action Jackson is not. It's okay. There was a movie that came out many years ago called Action Jackson. But this isn't.
Batting
it was
six,
a terrible movie, so it's not something you want to be associated with, I don't think.
Batting six, playing shortstop, X-Man.
Yeah, fair enough. There was a movie called that too, I believe, right?
Yeah, I mean X-Men, maybe
X-Men.
Left field batting, what is it, seventh? Hazy.
Yeah, okay. Now maybe he's referring to the weather or the cloud formations in Los Angeles,
or the beer.
Hazy is not my favorite.
I think there's like a hazy IPA or something.
Oh man, I think he's just adding E to his name.
Batting eighth, playing catcher, the Furminator. We already knew that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like the Furminator, but I get mad every time he's in the lineup instead of Campy. I just think they need Campy. And honestly, I think when Campy's not in the lineup, he should be DHing because I think he's been that good. But go ahead.
Let's see here. Finally.
Batting ninth, Crony?
Second base.
Is he going Crony?
No, Crone Zone.
Oh, Crone Zone.
I feel like Crony's the way to go, though.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know who came up with it, but every now and again, and I think it's Don, but every now and again, a player owes a broadcaster, for coming up with something great that was really, just one of those things that organically happened. And every time Jake hits a home run into the Crone Zone, or whenever he makes a play and Don says, you can hit it anywhere, but don't hit it into the Crone Zone, it just adds to the whole allure of Jake Cronenworth.
I missed the video that they made for the big board where they did like a Twilight Zone with Don Arcillo, and it was the Crone Zone.
That was good. Yeah, the Crone Zone. Cronenworth, by the way, I have to look it up here, but his second half has been quite reasonable compared to how low his first half was. Offensively.
Are you kidding me? It's completely different.
Yeah, I don't know what his totals are before and after the break. I don't have it broken. Maybe you can find it while I'm looking it up. But for his batting average to be at 225 right now is pretty crazy when you consider where it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was like at 140.
It was.
So, give Cronenworth a lot of credit, and a lot of it probably did have to do with the concussion and everything he was playing through. I've said it many times, man. Jake's, one of my favorite players because he can go 0 for 4 and still help you win a game. Definitely. And there's not a lot of guys you can say that about.
I am going to have to give you those numbers on the other side.
Yeah, we'll get that for you, and we'll keep rolling. Our countdown is next. You're going to like the topic, life on the radio. We'll explain when Gwynn and Chris continues.
From the first pitch of the year to the
Stay low. Hands on the heart. Stay low. fucking awesome. Okay, take goggles down to your neck. Crash landing, huh? What? We're gonna crash land. More or less. We're gonna hit the ground. Keep my knee. Don't worry about it. Pick up. Runs up. Right on all the way down. Let it break. All the way. Here we go. Up there. Oh, you idiot. Typical tandem student right there. I tried. I wrecked your good job, buddy. Fun, huh? You need help with anything? Okay, I'm nervous. Stand up, stay low. Hands on the heart. Stay low.
More Gwynn and Chris, 3:36. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. down at Petco Park. We got our countdown coming up. Little peek into our world on the countdown today. Life on the radio, things that we've learned and things that we've experienced. Going to share some of those with you in our countdown momentarily. A quick final score, baseball today. In a matchup between Mizorowski and Sale, it was Mizorowski came out on top, 2-1. Brewers beat the Braves. The only thing, and I know this is baseball in this day and age, so I got to learn to live with it, but both guys are taken out after 6 innings. Like, that's not what I remember.
I cannot do this anymore.
And I know it's not going to change.
I cannot do this anymore.
But I'm sorry, when Tom Seaver faced Bob Gibson, they pitched the whole game.
You know, Wood says something that was
why do you fight me so much?
It's because it's you and everybody else out there that keep saying this. Like, we don't live in the Kirk Gibson days.
Gibson days. Whatever. I was going back to Bob Gibson.
Or Bob Gibson. We don't live in those days. It's a completely different thing. I can't do the old guy baseball thing anymore. And it's not just you, Chris.
All right.
It's people in my DMs like, back in the day, it was this way.
I'm not talking to you right now.
Okay.
I'm talking to just general straight up. I'd like to see Mizorowski and Sale duel for a game. I think 6 innings is I mean, if Patrick Mahomes goes up against Joe Burrow, I don't want both of them coming out in the fourth quarter. I know it's different.
If that's what you're after, that's fine. I can understand.
Well, that's all I'm trying to tell you.
I thought you were saying that they're weak and they're stupid.
I didn't say I did not say any of that. They both threw 90-something pitches. Out of the game they came. Final score, 2-1 Milwaukee. One of the things I've learned in radio is to be patient with Scraby.
I did fly off the handle there. I did.
Here is the rest of the stuff I hope we've all learned in today's countdown.
I learned to not fly off the handle.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
I guess I'll start today, as Chris is just sitting back down in his chair.
I needed to make a note or two.
Okay. So we're going to do a countdown. Yesterday was National Radio Day, and so on the Scraby Show, I told my radio story. It happened in 1920. Detroit broadcasted like the first kind of news program, so that's why they call it National Radio Day. WWJ.
Wait, time out. You have to put a period, like after a finishing of a sentence. That sounded like you said, I told my radio story. It started in 1920.
Okay, I told my radio story.
Most
last
of your
night,
radio stories sounded like they started in 1920.
National Radio Day, or whatever is after 1920 because of everything that happened with WWJ in Detroit. Gotcha. So we're gonna do our top 5 things we've learned over the years in radio. I think this is going to be very interesting because I have no idea what you guys are gonna say.
Number 5.
Who wants to go first? Me?
I made my notes. I'll go first.
Go first.
I'm tired of you stealing all my good
freestyling this one.
I could go. My order doesn't matter a whole lot. I'm going to start with number 5 as I have learned over time the incredible effect that this medium can allow me to have on other people. And it has actually taught me that there's a responsibility that comes with being on the radio. I guess it came to light the very first time when I did Gulls hockey 20-something years ago. And I used to do those games, and it was the Western Hockey League. And I know there were parents listening and maybe some girlfriends and, some scattered fans here and there. And I'm like, okay, that's fun. But when I got a letter from some blind listener who somehow was able to get the games on the internet up in Vancouver or something, and said that his life was in part something that he enjoyed as much as anything was, listening to our games, because he couldn't watch, but he was a hockey fan and he liked to listen. And I started thinking, wait a minute, there could be one of those or more than one of those. And so I believe that there's, the effect that you can have is something radio's taught me. And it does come with a responsibility, which journalism is another whole nother avenue here. But that's why I hope we try to get things accurate on this show, because people do like to believe what they hear.
Tony, you go next. Number 5.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
that's one of my 5. I won't use it now, so I have one. I give you a technical one in terms of what I've learned. Take your time. Sometimes dead air feels like death, and like you just want to feel it. You just want to fill it up with something.
It's the worst part of my job.
Sometimes taking your time is the best course of action, because early on doing this, that was the instinct, because it naturally brings anxiety when there's dead air and your mind is telling you there needs to be something there. But I've learned over time that sometimes that dead air is a good thing, and that I can avoid that a lot of times by taking my time in whatever it is I'm talking about at that time, as opposed to like speeding through it and then leaving the chance that there could be some dead air because you don't have anything else to fill it with.
Yeah, people tell you the dead air is bad, but Vin Scully used to broadcast the Dodger games, and after a home run of a big home run, he could lay out for 15, 20 seconds on radio.
I don't really consider
and
that
it
dead
sounded
air, though.
good.
I consider dead air two different things. Like talk show dead air is way different from broadcast or like game broadcasting dead air. Because talk show dead air, like you have to talk there. At least you could hear the crowd and stuff in the game. But either way, dead air drives me nuts.
But even on our talk show, like when there are times where there'll be some dead air, and it almost sometimes is sets whatever else is getting ready to be said, as opposed to us talking over each other. I think sometimes dead air is a good thing.
I agree.
I think that we are real quick to finish up, and we're never going to make it.
I was just about to say we're going to have to shrink every single answer by at least 2 minutes each. I haven't even gone yet.
Yeah, we're still on number 5, right? But yeah, when you don't say something for a second, you know what naturally happens to the listener? They actually creep a little closer to the radio in a sense to wait, what's he going to say? It's an interesting dynamic that we don't think about. Silence can actually help you.
Okay.
Like in this spot. Let's just go right to number 4. Chris?
Wait, I haven't gone yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my number 5 is something that has helped me over the years. Sometimes I get a little ahead of myself and I start spiraling and I start, I can't say the term that I want to say, but I have learned in radio how long a minute really is. And a minute, you could get a ton done in a minute. Our outro bet is a minute, and we finish 2 topics sometimes in a minute. So what I'm saying is it's taught me to slow down a little bit, as Tony said, because a minute is actually a long time. You don't need to worry. Just get your bearings and go forward.
All right.
Number 4.
Number 4 is going to be to remain curious. Radio's taught me to always want to learn more stuff. And luckily I'm in a position where I get to interview people and I get to learn more stuff. Don't ever be satisfied with what you know. There's so much more out there that you have no idea about, or even things you think you know. You may talk to somebody and look at it from a different angle when you're done talking to them. So remain curious. That's something that has helped me in radio, and I think it would help everybody out there.
Tony?
Read. It's one of the things that has helped me big time in terms of preparation. Obviously, I should say read more and learning how to segment the show. I think that has taken some time to figure out. A lot of it was kind of just from watching Scraby kind of go through it. And then us kind of doing the show and learning the different times we got to get in and get out. I think all of that has, it's made me a better broadcaster as well. Being on a clock, but having to, fill that time with something that is that, as Chris said, draws a listener in. I think doing this job has made me better at the broadcasting side. And I think a lot of that is due to the reading and the preparation part.
That's a good one. I definitely learned. I'll just say this is my number 4 too. I learned that I need to pre-read stuff, because if I don't pre-read stuff, I'm going to start reading stuff that is not relevant to the article. So if you ever hear me go blah, 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 that means I didn't read ahead. So I have learned that I need to be prepared. For me, there is nothing more embarrassing than stumbling over your words and you guys just staring at me.
Well, I think number 4 should just be prepared. Radio is important. It is important in what we do, because if you're not prepared in your sales job, nobody really knows it or hears it. You know you didn't do a good job that day. But if you didn't prepare for your radio show, a lot of people are going to be in on it.
John Chalesnik in the radio, when I took his radio class, said preparation is everything. Over-prepare. You'll never regret knowing that information.
Yes.
There is, and listen, I think all of us can attest to this. There is nothing worse than walking into the room and not having been as prepared as you know you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because from the moment the show starts, you know at some point you're going to run out, and you know that there's going to be a whole lot of time to feel from that point on.
It's also it's also very nerve-wracking when somebody says, so what did you think of the big news of the day? And you're like,
what news? Oh gosh,
what news was that? Yeah, not good.
Exactly.
Number 3.
Number 3, I've learned, and it took a while to learn, and I'm happy to admit it, because I think everybody probably goes through that, even though they don't think they do or don't want to admit it. But because you're on the radio, you ain't nothing special. And I think that is a lesson, because I think when you get on the radio, your first thought might be, hey, this is pretty cool. You know, people listen to me. I'm talking on the radio. I'm kind of a guy. I'm a celeb. People come up and say, hey, until you run into somebody that's really out there and they go, what do you do? And you go, well, I'm on the sports talk radio. And they're like, yeah, okay, great. and you realize what you're doing.
Which I actually like those people a little bit.
I do too. And what I'm saying is there's just more important things going on out there. And we're all part of a big pile out there. And we're all doing our little part here and there to contribute to whatever it is we're trying to make happen. And radio is just a piece of that. And I think a lot of people in radio get carried away with thinking that they're way more important than they are.
Should I cough and say, Pat McAfee?
Who is it?
Pat McAfee.
Oh, Pat McAfee. That was not intended for him.
Tony?
That was actually intended for me, because I think I was way full of myself when I very first started doing that. Yeah, I think so. I think everybody gets that.
What, did you like spit on people as you were walking by them?
Pretty much, yeah. I still do that.
That is interesting. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, because we have limited time, I would love to expand on what Chris just said, but we got to keep it moving. Where are we on number
3? Only.
Number 3 in my book. Gosh, what is number 3? What do I get? Scraby, you go. I got to think of a third.
Scraby.
Can you even hear me?
Yeah, he's no.
What's up? I
had your number 3.
Sorry, I had to plug in my computer. My number 3 is going to be how to have a thicker skin and be more confident and stand by my opinions, because I did not have a thick skin before I got into radio. I was very fragile. And over the years, and Chris has built up that skin into a callus. So now,
how about
now you can light a fire and don't even feel it.
Just me, I'm the only one that's critical of you.
Yep, just you.
You don't read your tweets.
No,
there's a guy named
Scraby and I used to have knockdown drag outs.
Yeah, we used
in
to fight.
Between the breaks.
Yeah,
for sure. So it definitely wasn't just.
It wasn't just Chris, but I have learned to have a thicker skin. There's a guy out there that every once in a while will DM me and say, "Hey, you have the worst voice I've ever heard."
Oh, you're the worst I've ever heard.
So yeah, okay, all right, thank you.
Did I ever tell you
hey, that is probably the truest of all of this so far, is that you have built up a thicker skin.
Of course.
Like your skin was like grape skin. Like you just squeeze it, just juice would just come flying out. Now you got this crocodile. You got this crocodile layer over you right now.
Stuff still gets to me, but not as much as
you hide
it
better too.
I do hide it better because I know that you can't let someone know you're sweating.
You don't hide it from me.
No, because in the break I'll be like, "Why did you do that?"
Tony still got his third.
Oh wait, what?
That's okay. We switched order.
Speak facts. I think Scraby kind of hit on it early. I think in today's media world, you have to be especially careful, right? Everything you read is written as if it is truth. In fact, it is not. In fact, it's a lot of times it's the farthest from the truth. So I guess it's all kind of tied into to do your homework, research, but just make sure you get on the air and you speak the truth. I think that should be the number one thing, but it doesn't always go.
That's interesting. I just changed my number one because of what Tony just said. You're number two.
All right, number two for me is going to be that you need to still be yourself, even though you're in a medium where you're painting sometimes a picture. Understand that radio is described by many as theater of the mind, which means you're talking, the other person can only hear. They don't know what you're really thinking or what you're really doing. However, if you do too much of that, people figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have to be yourself out there. I hopefully in real life am not as much of a curmudgeon as I might seem to be when I'm complaining about stuff on the radio. I think part of that is part of the theater of it, but there is a piece of me that still feels that way when I'm talking about those things. So that's where the honest part of me comes in, and I think you always have to keep that.
You want to go me or you again?
Go straight.
All right. I'll just branch off of that one. Yeah. Don't be someone that you're not. For a long time, I thought I had to be. I didn't know what I thought I had to be, but I thought I had to be someone that I wasn't. And then I found out real quick that people liked me for being me. So I ended up doing that. And it wasn't easy, but it's the best way to go. Because as Chris said, people will see right through that fake.
Eventually. Yeah.
Eventually, or even nowadays, people are very good at spotting.
But isn't even the same for broadcast announcers? Remember the old days of announcing? Everybody had announcer voice and batters coming to the plate.
Yes.
We finally have all gotten past that. We just want to hear what you sound like announcing a
organic
game.
Conversation.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to piggyback off of that. I mean, 10 toes down on who you are as a person. I think that's part of the reason why we've had a little bit of success is because I think people can recognize that we are just being ourselves most of the time when we're on here. We definitely embellish and play jokes on one another. But I think when we're talking about serious stuff, I think you always hear, who we are in those serious conversation moments that we have. We have it from time to time on this show.
Yeah.
And so, I think in terms of we're doing a top 5 list, we're kind of all hitting on the same things because they are mightily important. When I get to my one, it's going to sound a lot like Chris's 5.
Yeah, I mean, these are all, we're numbering them just for the, the concept of the set.
Number one.
But these are all basically the same.
All right, this is something I don't know that we've exactly hit on yet, so I saved it for number one. My dad used to say often, you can make some of the people happy some of the time, but you can't make all of the people happy all of the time. If you are on the radio, you're going to learn that real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you say the most popular, make sense idea or thought of all time. Some guy somewhere, some gal somewhere is going to think you're an idiot or totally disagree with you. Mm-hmm. And you have to learn to accept it. It's not easy sometimes. I still don't love getting tweets or texts that are critical. I don't think anybody enjoys it, but we have to learn to deal with that in this particular world.
My number one is what was my number one? Tony
you got caught up in my number one, didn't you?
I have my number one.
I'll come back. Yes.
My number one is the responsibility that comes with being on the radio. Like Chris, especially having had a job that a lot of eyeballs were on me before, I don't think I realized that there may not be as many eyeballs or ears in this case on me as there were eyes, but there still are a ton of people listening. And I've learned that it's important to be thorough. It's important to get someone's name right. We joke about that on the show oftentimes, but when it comes to doing it on a broadcast where it's a little bit more buttoned up, all of those things point to why those things are important. And the responsibility that Chris had mentioned, there are kids that listen to our show from time to time. There's a responsibility that we have to keep it clean for the most part. And I just think I don't know that I understood the responsibility that came with it prior to getting involved with it, and it's one I take very seriously.
I co-sign that as well. My number one is actually I've learned words matter. So I can't say things early in my radio career. I said something on the radio that really, really hurt someone. And it still affects me to this day because I just said it flippantly. I didn't think about it. And I realized in that moment that I just can't say things just to say things. So.
Words, what is it?
Words matter.
Names, yeah, never mind.
Sticks and stones?
Yeah, that's what I was going for, but it didn't really support what he said. So
I've learned that Chris doesn't make sense half the time.
I stopped it. Yeah, that's a big thing, too.
Chris versus the fans. Up next, Luke Combs tickets on the line, 833-288-0973.
There we go. Hope you enjoyed our countdown today. A little peek into what we're thinking about over here. Hopefully you'll kind of keep that in mind next time you're writing some mean letter to us or text or tweet. We care, actually, about it.
If you are going to write something mean, just know that when I read it,
you're going to start crying?
No, I will laugh and I will move on.
You'll be able to laugh and move on. Okay, good.
Yeah.
You remember Baez, the Cardinal guy who hit 3 home runs in his first 3 at-bats, then went like 0 for 100 or whatever?
Yes.
He finally hit his 4th home run tonight. And that's good news because it helps the Cardinals jump ahead of the Phillies 2-0 in the early going. Padres are a game or 2 games, I think, actually back of the Phillies right now for that spot on the wild card. You know, we're going to get to...
Yes, you're correct. 2 games.
Chris versus the fans, 833-288-0973, and a good day, good week to play Chris versus the fans because we're giving away tickets. And you're not qualifying. You're actually getting tickets to see Luke Combs, who's, I guess, that big a deal.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever given away tickets like 10 months before.
Right.
That's how big of a deal he is.
Yeah, I guess.
And people are like, how can I get in on these tickets? And
well, I told you that
have to play.
I told you that somebody I know in the hotel industry said that they're raising rates that week in San Diego for people who fly in to see the concert. Wow.
I mean, I understand.
That's what they do for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not Luke Combs, I didn't think.
Man.
But anyway, you can win those in a minute. But, you know, I jokingly said at the top of the show that the Padres-Twins game tonight is a possible World Series preview.
Could be.
It could be, right? Both are in the number 6 spot right now. Final wild card. Twins in the American League have that same spot as the Padres. And so I did a little, this is like very quick, Scrape, but the stuff I like to do, it's a small sample size. There's only been 4 seasons so far of the current playoff format in baseball, where there's 6 teams make it from each league.
It feels like a lot more.
I know. It started in 2022, so there's only been 4 seasons of this. The year the Padres went to the NLCS against the Phillies was the first season of 6 teams.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's been 4 seasons, which means you've had 4 National League playoffs and 4 American League playoffs. Out of those 8 playoffs, the teams with a bye, right? Because everybody wants to fight for those first or second spots so you don't have to play.
Yeah.
The team with a bye has won gone to the World Series 4 times. And the teams without a bye, who've had to play in the first 2 out of 3 round, have also gone to the World Series 4 times. So what I mean, like the very first 2022, the Phillies were the 6th seed that year. They made it to the World Series. Houston was the number 1. The next year, Arizona made it as a number 6 seed against Texas, who was a 5. And then the Yankees, Dodgers were both number 1 seeds. And last year, the Dodgers were a 3 seed. Toronto was a 1. The point being, according to the small sample size, you have a exact same chance to get to the World Series if you play the first round as if you don't play the first round. So at least in the small sample size so far.
So basically what you're telling me is that all of the discussion and criticism about the first round, it doesn't really matter.
Well, right. People say that there's a big advantage to playing in the first round.
Or a disadvantage because you're not playing baseball.
You're sitting out. But it really has just been 50-50. But I think what it shows me is that being the number 6 seed matters. People are like, well, you're getting to get in, but you're going to lose. Not necessarily. That hasn't happened. 2 number 6 seeds have made the World Series, and a number 5 seed has made the World Series.
I wonder how much of that is just random coincidence.
I think it's random coincidence, but that's the whole point. Get into the playoffs and take your shot.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Right. Whereas in football, although 6 and 7 seeds have advanced in the playoffs, they don't get to the Super Bowl very often. Once in a very long while it happens.
Yeah, you have to have a
But
perfect
you normally
storm.
want to be, have some home games in the playoffs to increase your chances of going to the Super Bowl. That hasn't really been the case in baseball. Let's go to Chris versus the fans. See what else stuff I know.
If If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, football is back on, and it's on TV right now, and it's just it's nice to know that Geno Smith is still getting crushed no matter what team he's on. He just
even in
destroyed.
a preseason game. Yeah, don't tell Geno it's a preseason game.
Oh my goodness.
He got the pass away though, nicely.
There was one play where he just got decleated by a safety or a linebacker, but that doesn't feel good.
These preseason games to me are idiotic, but don't tell it to the players that are getting crunched out there.
Crunched and trying to make a team or something. But Geno Smith feeling that one. All right, you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question is going to get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that question for free.
Or a combatant.
Today, or an entrant.
That was a good one. Entrant.
Entrant was a good one. Combatant was a good one, too.
First-time entrant.
First-time entrant. Let's go to Chris. We're doing this now, 1 through 6.
Oh, you want me to put the pressure on?
Yeah.
I try to mix it up, but I forget what I choose. 2 today.
2 is Dan the Man.
Oh,
hello Dan,
Mr.
the Man.
Mr. the Man.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Oh, doing great.
Good luck to you today, Dan.
You ready?
I hope so.
All right, here we go. Although I don't agree with this question, which NFL franchise is often referred to by the nickname America's Team?
Oh, I was telling my daughter, I said, I hope they don't give me an NFL question because I'm not a big NFL guy. But I do know this is the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he knows that one.
All right. I'm glad that you knew that. It's a false premise.
Why is it a false premise?
Because no one cares about the Cowboys anymore.
I disagree. They put them on the darn first game of the year every time. Why? Because they're the Cowboys. It's not because they're 7-9-1 last year.
No, they
or 7-10 the year before. They move the needle.
They think they're the Cowboys.
No, they move the needle, Scraby. The proof is in who's on TV, and the Cowboys are always stupidly on. I don't want to watch them.
All right.
But somebody does.
All right. Here we go for Dan's question number 2. Here's a baseball question. Who is the only player in Major League history to win the MVP award in both American League and the National League?
Well, you better double check this one, my friend, because there's more than one.
Now there's more. Oh, well, never mind. Yes, because I know one.
It's Shohei.
Yeah, you get it. You got it.
You're going for Frank Robinson?
I was.
Who was the only guy to do it before Shohei.
I didn't even.
You have to give it to Dan. He came up with it. Very good.
That is an answer.
Did you know Frank Robinson, Dan? Just for the hell of it.
I was going to say Frank Robinson. I was confused.
Okay. Well, you got it either way because they both did it.
Yeah.
It's another erroneous question. This is why I don't know why you use AI and Chat GPT.
I don't use it anymore.
Because it screws up just as much as you.
I don't use it anymore. I found that question.
Right.
I just did not think it through.
You didn't update it.
I didn't update it.
Anyway, Dan is on to the final.
All right, here we go. I never knew this until I found this. Why was the Green Monster at Fenway Park originally built?
Why was the Green Monster originally
built?
What? I mean, it's the wall. Like there's a road right out on the other side of it. So they have a street. I don't know what kind of question is it?
What kind of question is this? There is a specific reason that they did this.
Because there's a freeway back there, and they didn't want the ball landing on the freeway.
That's what he just said.
Oh, well, then I'm wrong. That's what I thought.
That's it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, Dan. It was actually because they wanted to prevent people viewing the games from outside of the park, so they built the Green Monster so no one could see it.
Oh, those cheapskate Red Sox people. The Cubs let people view.
I thought that was pretty amazing.
You love that, huh?
To know that. Know that. Because I've always thought, why did they create the Green Monster? And so I looked it
that's
up.
not a very good reason. But it's a winning reason for Dan. Congratulations, Dan. You will go see Luke Combs. If you remember to go, the concert isn't for another 10 months, but you'll get the tickets. Scraby will get you squared away here. We'll take a quick timeout. We're going to have some, Scraby loves when I say this.
Fun with football?
Some fun with football. The NFL is coming up. We got to get you ready for the season. We'll do some NFL stuff. Oh, the Jets are on the board at Pittsburgh. I tell you, the Jets are looking good, Scraby. This preseason, they're looking like a team that's going to be reckoned with this year.
That was a strong drive down the field.
Oh, man, they went right through the old Steelers. Look out. More Gwynn and Chris ahead. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Scraby and I are watching exciting preseason football. We could all go to the other TV, Scraby, and watch Cam Schlittler work tonight for the Yanks.
I'm watching both.
Yeah. Earlier today, great matchup between Mizorowski and Chris Sale. Mizorowski got the win, 2-1, Milwaukee over Atlanta. Padres and Twins coming up tonight, and we'll go out to Sam Levitt's pregame show here in a little while. I believe that'll come up at 5:35 or so. Before then, you'll hear the Big Five. You'll also hear our Friar Friday interview with Padres lefty Robbie Ray. But we have a moment here to have some fun with football.
Yes, we do. Oh, was that my cue?
That was your cue.
Okay.
Here's what I'm noticing, Scraby. I have a little preseason storyline to share. Do you realize right now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rookies drafted to play wide receiver this year that are currently on the starter depth chart for their teams?
Really? Okay.
9 of them. Now, I think Randy Moss or Jerry Rice and stuff, those guys came in, right? But there was a time wide receivers could not play the first year or even 2 because they had a lot of, and I'd love to have Camarillo on to talk about this, but wide receivers had more responsibilities in terms of, when to break off the pattern, if there was a blitz. There was a lot of things that it took wide receiver and blocking and things like that. Now these guys just come right in and they play right away and they produce right away.
Except for Marvin Harrison Jr.
Well, he's still trying to find his way, but he's still a starter. I mean, it's not like he's a complete failure.
No, he's not.
But here's some guys to
He's a fantasy failure.
He is to this point. But here's some guys to keep an eye on if you're, getting into the season here. First rounder, the 4th overall pick, Carnell Tate from Ohio State. He's with the Titans. They're saying nothing but great things. He's a starter. He might be their number 1 guy. The Titans got another guy, too, in free agency that I think's under the radar. What is it, Wan'Dale Robinson?
Oh, really? They do have – oh, yeah. He's pretty good.
He's one of the only 4 receivers to be over 100 catches the last 3 or 4 years.
I don't know how
but
he
doesn't
averages
seem
like
a guy,
7 catches a game.
Right, but nobody seems to know much about him. All right, here's the second rookie you might want to watch for, Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. He's going to be lined up with Olave on the Saints. Another one, the Eagles are starting a rookie wide receiver, at least for the moment. I'm looking at the depth chart, and this is the receiver from USC, Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah.
He's an Eagle, and they're looking for him to step in. By the way, I think A.J. Brown leaving the Eagles is going to be subtraction or addition by subtraction.
I agree.
A lot of people think how are they going to replace him? I don't think they're going to struggle at all. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be so happy that this pain in his backside is out of there.
It just seems like there's a dark cloud that follows A.J. Brown. I mean,
you should like A.J. Brown.
Me?
Yes.
Personally?
Without him, the 49ers don't win that playoff last year.
I mean,
he dropped the game away to you at the end of the 4th quarter there.
I would have rather lost that game than get embarrassed by the Seahawks the next day.
That's right. He could have saved you. Casey Concepcion out of Texas A&M. He's a Cleveland Brown receiver. And then the other first rounder that's in the number 1 on the depth chart right now, Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana with the Jets. But there's more. The first pick in the 2nd round is on the depth chart for the Niners, Deshaun Stribling.
Yeah.
You've loved this guy.
Yeah.
It's a little early because it's preseason, but so far so good. He's out of Ole Miss.
Yeah, they say that was a reach for the 49ers.
Not yet. He's looking pretty good. Denzel Boston out of the University of Washington.
Do you remember David Boston? Do they have any sort of relation?
Oh, I do remember David Boston. You can look it up. Denzel is with the Browns. So the Browns have a couple of young wide receivers out there to chase around wayward throws from Deshaun Watson. Good luck to them. And then there's a couple of 3rd round. Actually, this guy's another 2nd rounder. Sorry. Caleb Douglas. I told you about him last week. He's with the Dolphins. He is a 3rd round pick out of Texas Tech. He has He's impressed the Dolphins. Of course, he's in a wide receiver room where none of the other guys have ever even, caught a pass.
I mean, Tyreek's not under contract, right?
No, he's a free agent completely. So
I'm surprised, and I know that he put out a video saying he wasn't ready to go or he would be ready to go, but I'm surprised no team. The stinking Seahawks signed Terry and Arnold before someone signed Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, if you're going for guys that are notorious, Terry and Arnold way more than Tyreek.
Yes.
The final receiver in the rookie class, Jacoby Lane out of USC, another one starting with the Ravens. So that's interesting to me. You got 9 guys. It'll be interesting to see which ones break out, which don't. But that's a lot. It used to be 0. Like if you got drafted early, in the NFL, first, second, third, you didn't do anything for a couple years. Now, different deal.
Definitely different.
Similar a lot to quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks are coming in right now, and they're good. A la Jaden Daniels, a lot of these guys. So ESPN did a thing today, and I just thought I'd have some fun with this. ESPN breaking down the best and the worst in different categories on the field. I enjoyed this because, they mentioned the team that's the worst in each category. So, for example, at quarterback, they said the best quarterback room is Buffalo. I'm not going to argue with that. The worst is Arizona.
Okay.
Kobe Brissett and company.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that. Now, wide receiver, best. Who do you think's the best wide receiver group? The whole group, not just one guy.
In the NFL?
Yeah, who would be the best wide receiver room, as it were?
I think
you'll agree with this.
I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, it's okay. Bengals. Got Jamar. You got T. Higgins.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
The worst, the first championship category for the Dolphins. They don't have any wide receivers. I don't think have ever even caught a pass.
That's why Devon Achane's going to touch the ball 40 times a game.
That's right. Tight end room. This is, whatever. Best is Las Vegas because they got Brock Bowers.
I think they have
Trey McBride's right there with Arizona. Worst, again, Dolphins. They don't even have a tight end.
Whatever happened to Darren Waller?
Oh, God.
He actually signed a contract.
He played like one game, caught 3 touchdowns, and then got hurt and never. I don't know. He was a disaster.
I'm pretty sure that I played against him in that game, which is
right. He might have had that one moment. Yeah, that's
thing.
Bad luck. Offensive line, the best. Hard to argue with this. I don't follow offensive lines too much, but Denver gets the call here, and Denver's got the starting 5. 3rd straight year, same 5 guys.
That's valuable.
That's very valuable. Worst offensive line goes to the Texans. So
good luck, CJ Stroud.
Yeah, finally a category that the Dolphins don't win. Interior defensive line, the Seahawks are the best, and the Raiders are the worst. Edge rusher, Steelers get the call with T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, some of these other guys. I'm not, I don't break this down. But the worst edge rushing team, the Dolphins again.
Whatever happened to Chop?
He's the best they have, and they say he regressed so much last year.
That's awesome.
Right, so they don't even think he's any good. Off-ball linebacker. This is weird to me. The Jets win this category. Like, how could the Jets win any category?
Do they name someone?
Demario Davis apparently is a great linebacker. I don't know. The worst in that category goes to the Colts. Cornerback, the best, Houston Texans, and they are good there.
Yeah, Stingley.
Derek Stingley and Lassiter and some of these guys. The worst, time for the Dolphins to win again.
This means that the Aztecs guy's a part of this.
Well, he gets a good mention here, though. It says first-round rookie Chris Johnson does offer some hope.
Okay, good.
But the rest of it...
But everybody else carries him down, weighs him down.
The rest, you and I could beat and get open again. Storm Duck, some of these other Dolphins.
Storm Duck.
He's a starter.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. One more. Safety, best goes to the Ravens. Worst, why not? Give one more to the Dolphins. The worst safeties, too. There was 10 categories. The Dolphins are last in 5 of them.
I really hope the Dolphins win 10 games, 11 games. I really do.
I do, too. I'd love it, but it's hard to imagine how.
That's tough.
Anyway, the best overall team in terms of talent roster, They pick who do you think, the best?
I would have
overall
to say
roster talent.
Overall roster
I think you're going to get this.
Would it be
It's in your division and you don't like it.
the Seahawks?
No.
The Rams?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, Rams are number one. Worst? Do I even need to tell you?
Dolphins?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
They won every category. Of course they're going to be the worst.
So basically you have nothing to look forward to this season.
That's what they're saying.
Ah, that's great.
You think I'm making it up?
I don't, but I think you're being. I don't think they're going to lose 16 games.
USA Today's, they won't. They might lose 17.
They're not going to go 0-17. It's just not going to happen.
More Gwynn and Chris is ahead. Big Five, and after that, we will hear our Friar Friday interview with Robbie Ray. So a lot of good stuff still ahead.
When the Padres
Scrappy, what do you think about the NFL rule where the guy comes in on the sack for the quarterback, hits him, but not, overly. And because the momentum, he has to land somewhere, the guy hitting the quarterback, and he lands on the quarterback, and the flag, he landed on him. Like, what is this? I don't get.
I absolutely
don't mind penalties that are trying to protect. I get, okay. But when it's basically
the guy was trying to do it right.
Of the hit.
Yeah, the guy was trying to do it right.
It's basically gravity that is causing that penalty.
I can understand the penalty.
So I don't think that should be a penalty. I think you got to wave it off there.
I understand the penalty when someone does drive a quarterback into the ground.
Okay,
that's
but then
fine
that's
with me.
not gravity. That's like extra force being used.
And it's all up to the referee's discretion, which is weird.
And they err on the side of caution.
They do.
So, the only thing that makes you feel a little better is that if you get called for it in a game, the other team can get called for it against you.
Yeah.
But it's still frustrating.
Feels like this is a hater comment, but it feels like the Chiefs get the benefit of that all the time.
I hate to say it. Mahomes has been called you're not wrong. I don't know what the stats say. But it does seem Mahomes has always had the edge. Remember the old dainty fake like he's running out of bounds?
Yes.
And then everybody stops. And then he goes upfield 40 yards.
Yeah, he did it against the 49ers and got a big old first down.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not right. And Mahomes he's been protected. And I know Chiefs fans will say, oh, no. Yeah.
I will never forget.
We all think so. So
the time that the referees made up a rule on the spot so that the Chiefs won the game against the Raiders.
All-timer.
We still don't
all-timer. We still don't understand.
The explanation wasn't even.
It was
good.
on Thanksgiving because I watched the game in. I was in Mexico with the basketball, but I remember watching it, and you were watching it here, and the refs met, and they came out of the huddle, and they said,
"Game
Chiefs
over.
win."
Yeah, game over.
And all the Raiders were like, "What happened there? Whoa, hey!"
It was like a false start. Yeah,
it was weird.
Anyway, ready?
It was weird. Back in the days when the Chiefs used to win. Last year they were 6-11.
Yeah,
I don't know that that'll hold up again. All right, let's get to the Big Five.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, Chris and I broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. Tony Gwynn Jr. down at Petco Park getting set for this homestand against the Twins and the Pirates.
How many, as an aside, since we're honestly not excited.
About what?
That the Twins are here.
I'm elated.
You're not. Tony, how many... Give me between 1 and 100 Twins jerseys you think you'll bump into tonight at the Petco? Like 4? Maybe more than that.
Between if I'm giving a serious number, I'd say 10.
Yeah, there's got to be 10 Twin fans in San Diego.
The Minnesotans.
I'm sure there's more. Wait, that's a different question. I think there's more than 10 Minnesota fans. I just don't think.
No, he answered
the jerseys.
Yeah, he answered who he would run into.
I'd like to see if I see a Kirby Puckett jersey tonight, I'll be impressed.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
I will be too.
I love old Kirby. Those were the days. Those were the days of the Twins.
I can never separate Kirby Puckett from the Chris Rock joke, so I'll just it's a hilarious joke. But
unfortunately, you never saw Kirby.
You'll have to look
basically
it up
win the 1991 World Series.
Kirby
over the Braves.
Puckett.
I love his name because there was a game called Kirby, and so I was into it. I was into Kirby Puckett. All right, anyway.
What?
Remember that game, Kirby?
I don't know what he's talking about. He's lost his mind.
What are you talking about?
I thought the name Kirby Puckett was awesome.
And here he was just telling us that radio's made him less crazy. That's a crazy statement right there. I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah, I thought you said that in the countdown earlier that you're not crazy anymore.
I don't know what
happened to that.
Dig into Ethan Salas' question real quick. We talked about yesterday. I talked about it on the Scraby Show last night. The report yesterday was the Padres are thinking about bringing him up when the rosters expand September 1st. Chris, if they bring him up during a playoff push, is there pressure to play him to see what he's got?
No, there's no pressure at all to do anything, but I think they will. Why not? Put him in a couple of games. I think there's a lot of things that have happened, throughout the course of this season that have contributed or to either Ethan Salas hopefully coming up or not coming up when maybe he could have earlier. And I think that they would have maybe thought about bringing him up in the middle of the season at some point, just for even a couple of weeks when, Fermin was hurt or whatever, Campusano was down. But they were not doing well at the time, and I don't think that they ever wanted to put him in a position where he had to be like, okay, we're calling him up to save the season. But now, I don't think that's it. They're making a push for the playoffs. Why not have him hopefully contribute to it? If he goes 0 for 5, so be it. He's not there to win the game by himself. I hope he contributes. But I think if they bring him up, let him start a game or two here. Why not? I think that's fine.
Tony, is there pressure to play him if they bring him up?
I don't think there's pressure to play him, no. But I think they will. I don't think at this point, what would the pressure be? Like, the Padres are, unless, the Fermin Campusano thing goes left, maybe then there's some pressure, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I think they'll have the room, the latitude, whatever you want to call it, to give him the playing time they see fit. But I don't think there's any pressure to do it. I think the only thing the Padres are going to be concerned of come September is finding their way into the playoffs. And if Ethan is going to play a game that helps them do that, I guarantee you everybody will be for it.
The only thing that would be difficult is if the Padres had Johnny Bench at catcher, but they don't. So there's no reason that he can't play a couple of games. And let's see what he's got.
I just realized that Chris took a shot at Twins fans because he doesn't like interleague play. That's why. But this late in the season,
I honestly wasn't taking a shot at Twins. Yeah, it was a shot at interleague play.
It just
fans.
hit me. It just hit me. All right.
Number 4.
Fernando Mendoza and the Raiders lost to the Texans last night on Monday/Thursday Night Football. Mendoza ended up finishing 8 of 15 for 86 yards and threw a pick six that went 80 yards the other way. Head coach Clint Kubiak says the competition is still on and Kirk Cousins shouldn't feel safe in that starting job. Tony, is there...
Kurt was he +6 on the day then? Because he had a touchdown. He threw for 86 yards and then gave 80 up.
Yeah, he was +6 in yardage, but he was -6 in points.
Yeah, so he's like -5.4 or something like that. Tony, is there any reason for Fernando Mendoza to start right away?
No. You can make up a reason.
Yeah, I don't like Kirk Cousins.
Kirk could be that bad. But even if he is, what's the rush? The Raiders are not going to have a Cinderella season. I know that they want that very badly, but I don't think that's going to happen. And even if, let's say, Kirk starts the first 4 games, season's long enough that if they are going to have one of those Cinderella seasons, they'll still be able to have time to do that. So, no, I don't think there's any reason why you have to start him. Like, let him grow. Who knows? Maybe Kirk Cousins goes out, wins you some games, and it buys you more time that you don't have to put him out there and you can continue. Because what we do know is that the quarterbacks that have been forced to sit a year, the results have been pretty good behind that, right? Whether we're talking Tom, whether we're talking Patrick Mahomes,
Aaron Rodgers, sat for a long time.
Like
Steve Young,
Phillip Rivers.
The list goes on and on.
I'm trying to think of one more, but I can't.
I know. But I'm just saying the results have been pretty good. So if don't start him, hopefully Kirk can go out and who knows, maybe he can put together the Cinderella season, and you buys you time to let this dude be the quarterback you think you should be. You got Tom friggin' Brady in your building. Let that man, and that's another reason why I don't think they're going to. I think if he has as much say in this as we all think he does, he knows better than anybody what being behind a veteran quarterback can do. So, yeah, no, I don't think there's any reason to start.
Chris, any reason to start Fernando Mendoza?
No, absolutely. 100% no. I think the coach, though, Kubiak, is doing a smart thing right now by just making us, making at least outwardly saying that there's still a competition. Why? because I think that keeps Mendoza sharp for the couple of weeks leading into the season. He doesn't sit there and go, well, all right, I'm not going to be starting.
Yeah, I'm learning this year.
So he slough off a little, whatever. Let him continue to compete. I bet he's already told Kirk Cousins, you're going to start opening day. But, outwardly, I think they're just saying that, to keep it alive. Look, their first game's against the Dolphins. That might be one reason to start Mendoza, because if he's ever going to have success, that would be the day to do it. But
I can't wait for Chris's Dolphins to be like 14-3
wouldn't that
this
be?
year.
I can't wait for that either.
Talk so much trash about them.
I can't wait for that either. But I'm not thinking it's.
He always somehow
happen,
slips in some Dolphins hatred in there.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Argentina's staff, the soccer team, and players have been given bans totaling combined 21 games following the altercation that unfolded after their World Cup final defeat to Spain. FIFA confirmed the sanctions today after announcing in July it would be investigating the quote-unquote unsavory actions of Argentina following the final's end. You can go and read how much everybody got suspended and what it all doled out, what they doled out. The respective suspensions will be in place for international matches only. It's not going to carry over to the club level. Chris, do you think that this will follow Argentina around? Like, say, just the casual American sports fan.
Will we think that Argentina is a bunch of bad guys?
Yes.
I
The
doubt
soccer
it.
team.
No, because I almost forgot about it already until the story came out, and then I remembered, oh, yeah, there was some crazy stuff in that game. I don't know. I kind of liked Argentina. I thought they brought a little, spirit to the competition. They crossed the line a few times. A lot of teams have done that. The Raiders have made a history of it. The Detroit Pistons. I don't know if I should compare Argentina to those, but yeah, I don't have any problem with it. This is their style of play. They kind of had to play that way to keep up, and they got all the way to the finals doing it. No, I don't have any negativity to Argentina.
Tony, do you think that this will follow Argentina around?
I hope so. I can't stand Argentina. I hope all these cats. I hope all of them. I hope every one of them. I give Messi a pass, I guess.
Yeah, why?
Their behavior
was he involved in it? I don't even know. I doubt he would be.
No, but he didn't also do anything to discourage it from his
I mean,
teammates
he is
either.
like Jesus. He could be. He could be like, hey, everybody stop.
That's how it feels. Yeah. So I hope it does follow him. I wish it would last into the club season too, but we can't do too much. There's too much money involved in that.
Just for everyone to know, I'm going to bring up Argentina's unsavory actions every time we talk about the soccer team, so we remember, Chris.
Okay.
Number 2.
You guys are looking at me like I'm weird today or something.
Not just today.
You kind of got started with some weird behavior, but never mind.
Okay. Could Sergio Garcia be a contributing factor to the end of Live Golf? A new report says yes. The Financial Times wrote, quote, in April, as Live golfers floundered at the Masters, golf's most prestigious tournament, Spanish star Sergio Garcia damaged the Augusta National Course during a fit of rage in the final round. People familiar with the matter say the PIF Fund's governor was so embarrassed at the sequence of events, it helped lead to his decision to pull the plug on PIF's financing of the rival tour, as the fund focuses more on its huge domestic commitments in the kingdom. Tony, do you think Sergio Garcia's fit of rage actually played a part here?
I don't know, but I hope it did. Like, I really, really hope it did. I mean, the irony of all ironies, right? Liv is trying to thrive. They've been picking off players from the PGA, and they didn't do their homework on one of the guys they picked off. Not knowing that he has an innate ability to throw these temper tantrums.
Mm-hmm.
And, PGA was always willing to kind of just look the other way most of the time.
Yeah.
But now he did it at the wrong place. He did it at the holy grail of places.
Yep.
They don't even, they don't even let everybody be a member there.
You're not even allowed to call fans. You're supposed to call them patrons.
Can't call fans.
That's how serious it is at Augusta National.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, no, I think ultimately, no. I think their lack of success is what really shut it down. But it's a great story that Sergio Garcia
You're putting some blame on him.
that it is his temper tantrum is the reason that they said, you know what, I'm not putting my money in this anymore.
If you haven't seen the video, just look up Sergio Garcia at the Masters, and you'll find many videos of him freaking out at the Masters. Chris, do you think Sergio Garcia actually played a part in all of this?
I think the fact that that Liv was just has been and probably will always be just a horrible product is enough to end the world of Liv and everything it represents. It represents greed. It represents, certainly style over substance.
Yeah.
All of the things that I think we hate as sports fans, that is Liv Golf. And so I think that is hopefully going to be its legacy, to remember the fans out there. And maybe just one small thing it did for the sport, which was, at least shine a light on some of the conditions and the way the players were treated. So
those
that the
terrible conditions.
It couldn't have been too bad, but the
PGA
PGA had to tidy a few things up. But yeah, overall, Sergio Garcia is a waste of my time. He's a baby, and I'm shocked that he's even kind of had the following that he's had. To be honest with you.
Real quick, I know we got to get going. No, you know what? Stop.
Go.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it kind of crazy how those things are trying? Chris was making the point that, Liv stands for a lot of the things that most of us can't stand, right? Greed, all these things. And then on the backside of that, he says, well, they did help PGA kind of clean up some of the bad things that they had going. And it's just, there's just levels to this, right? They're bad things for the PGA Tour. Most of us normal folks
Oh goodness,
would be like,
yeah, I know. They only had T-bone steak at the post game instead of porterhouse and ribs. Yeah, I get you, Tony.
Right. I just always find that those two worlds have to collide, especially as it pertains to entertainment and sports.
That's true.
True. It's about the bottom line. I mean, still, if Liv was making a ton of money, there would have never been an issue,
nowhere.
right? Yeah,
going nowhere.
Yeah.
Number 1.
All right, Chris actually brought this to my attention this morning, but bar and restaurant owners are considering lawsuits over an apparent NFL Sunday ticket bait and switch. Distributor EverPass previously told establishments that DirecTV had permanently lost Sunday ticket rights, prompting many to spend heavily on a new streaming infrastructure. However, DirecTV unexpectedly secured a new deal last month, making the costly upgrades completely unnecessary for some of these business owners. Frustrated owners are now exploring legal action to recoup their wasted expenses. And in the documentation, it does say that they don't think that DirecTV will ever be a part of this again. So it seems like it's a pretty good case on the bar owner side. Chris, when will we, as the customer of the NFL, get tired of this stuff?
Never. We will take it.
I'm going to ask this question until you finally come to my side.
Well, we'll take it in the you-know-where for the rest of time. Sorry. But
we shouldn't, though.
But we will.
We shouldn't.
All right, let me ask Tony Gwynn Jr. He had DirecTV.
Yeah,
he chose to switch to another service because football was off DirecTV.
Yeah.
Now it's back on DirecTV, Tony. So did you... Personally, were you affected by this just on your own?
Yes. And
okay.
I'm very the funny thing was I saw the commercial with Saquon Barkley the other day, jumping through the field goal post. And And I was thinking to myself, why is DirecTV continuing to do this? They don't have the NFL.
They don't even have it. Yeah.
They don't even have it. And to find out in that article that Chris said today that they actually have it, I'm not going to lie. I was lightweight pissed off. I changed my whole household because DirecTV didn't have it.
And DirecTV is a pain in the butt because you have to have a receiver in every room. You got to have all this equipment.
Yeah, and so listen, I won't miss that part. You're paying for equipment, all that stuff. But I was already dialed in.
Yeah.
I was already it was already fully done. I don't know. I felt a way reading that article.
Yeah, and the NFL doesn't care, and they don't care because they know you'll still watch football one way or another this year.
Exactly.
But I do want to add one last thing because this will never happen. But this is a chance for the NFL to do right by all of us one time. They could come out easily and say, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna recoup the losses of all those bar owners around the country for misleading them." It would be a small price for the NFL to pay to do something really nice. But I know they won't do it. I'm just bringing it up as a possibility.
You know what the crazy part is? I mean, even though it may not even be possible, people would love the NFL that much more if they did something for.
Wouldn't that be nice?
One thing good.
Just one. Yeah. Just look out for the
That'd be
little guy
crazy.
one time.
Yeah.
But in lieu of that, I hope that they file a lawsuit, but they're not going to win because the NFL has way more powerful lawyers than any bar owner could come up with.
That won't even go to trial
Yeah.
until 2040. They didn't drain you out of money.
Unless you're Shohei, then it'll go to trial in 2 days. All right.
Hey-o!
When we get back, we are going to get you set for this game with the Padres and the Twins. And Robbie Ray joins us on the other side. 97.3 The Fan.
we know how.
Sorry to steal the thunder from you, Chris, but I can never listen to this song ever again and not hear the Dolphins part.
I told you.
I know.
Hootie's stealing my thunder there because I think the Dolphins are going to make us cry a lot this year. Welcome into the happy hour. We don't call it the 5 o'clock hour anymore because Jaden Daniels would get upset. Yes, we have joined the growing people out there that are giving old Jaden Daniels and his mom a hard time.
Someone sent me this.
Caring so much about number 5.
The U.S. Department of the Interior tweeted out,
Oh, no.
National Park Week starts in 4 days. We were going to announce this yesterday, but out of respect, we waited.
Well, Jaden, again, I don't think Jaden Daniels was the guy that was that upset about this. I think his mom dragged him in, and now it's following him everywhere. But so it goes, I guess. Nonetheless, it is 5 o'clock, and it is the happy hour, and it's brought to you by our friends at GL Pools, the swimming pool experts. They're trusted by thousands of San Diegans, and they've been doing it for 20 years. With the baseball season in full swing, so is swim season. So make sure your pool is ready. Call now. Mention radio, and you'll get 20% off the new service plans for 2026. We appreciate our friends at GL Pools and hope that you'll allow them to keep your pool rolling along there nicely. We are rolling along here nicely, and we are going to hear from Joe Musgrove.
Yes.
But before him, we're going to hear from Craig Stammen. And Craig's got a lot of things to update. I mean, we've got players coming back. The likes of Miguel Andujar should be coming back. Jason Adam, although he seems to be keep getting pushed back.
He does.
Musgrove, Pavetta. So, who's coming back, when and where? The latest from Mr. Craig Stammen ahead of tonight's game.
Talked to Jason Adams today. He said that he's now playing catch. In terms of his progression and where he is in terms of his rehab, what do you see as being maybe the next steps for him, and where do you think he's at in all of that?
Yeah, he started throwing. So, you go on your normal throwing progression. That leads to bullpens, and then bullpens the game. So he's in that process right now.
And then just in terms of maybe when he might be getting to bullpens, I know he has to throw off the mound and everything next, but do you know when that might be happening for him?
No, not exactly. I mean, he's going to throw today, and then we'll see how he feels and see if he can throw tomorrow. And then that's kind of how we evaluate it every day.
Is there anything new on Nick Pavetta?
Yeah, Nick pitched in a game yesterday, actually. Bridge League game through 2 innings, felt great. So, a nice update to his progress, and we'll see, how he feels today, when his bullpen will be next, and then when possibly another game will be.
And then for Joe, I know that he said he's going to throw a bullpen this weekend, and then the plan will be to have him go out on a last rehab start. Is that correct?
Yeah. Joe's a little bit longer this time in between starts. He had a little back issue pop up in the middle when he was working out. Get that back cleared up, and then he'll be back out there.
And then last one, Andujar. I know that he's started swinging. Is there anything new to that? I know the last one we saw, it's been a few days since we got it.
Yeah, probably similar to Jason Adam, where it's like continuing a throwing progression. He's continuing a hitting progression. So, and it's very fluid and day to day. Feels good one day. We'll see if he feels good the next, and then progress from there.
There we go.
Thank you, Craig Stammen, and thank you for all those
Mary Lou's
good questions from Mary Lou's there. Part of Mary Lou's, by the way, part of the number 1 ranked.
That's true.
Broadcast team in the United States.
I was
Major League Baseball.
United
States. Yes.
If I would want Sam to be involved in that, but he stole something from us. And
you're mad at Sam right now.
I just found out before the show.
What happened here? Why are you so mad?
When we record things before the show, we have this makeshift little box that we put the computers on and everything so that we can record. Well, that box just disappeared for some reason, and I know that Braden and Frank use it. Haven't been able to find the box all week. Come to find out, Sam moved it into his studio and is using it for himself. That is selfish. So I'm not going to.
Isn't it selfish of you to assume that you should always be the one who has it?
We've been using that for 2 years.
Oh, so
it's ours. Okay.
Well,
it's ours.
Is it?
It is. It is. It's
Wow.
ours. It sits in the back room for a reason. Now I got to
Jeez.
lug this whole suitcase thing over to put the computers on. You know what, Sam? I'm on to you. I am on to you.
All right.
Thank you for letting me do that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else listening cared about your little box missing. Joe Musgrove.
Yes.
You just heard Craig Stammen say, wait, by the way, did you hear that? Slip that in there. And we're just like, it's like no big deal. Go back. You have to play this again. But Stammen said, yeah, Joe's getting a little longer between this start and the next because his back flared up.
He's got a little back issue.
What is going on? How old? I mean, I love Joe, but my back doesn't flare up as much as his. You know, I'm like 90 years old. Why are these? What is the matter with these people?
I guess it's just.
Are they that? You know what I mean? Like
they're not out of shape. I guess it's just that intense on the body, and when you're not used to it,
I guess
maybe this is what they go through all season. We just don't know.
Yes, back flared up. Oh my God! I mean, we have said this before, and I know it sounds joking, but if I could miss work because my back flared up, Scraby, you'd be doing the show by yourself almost every day.
I mean, I would be
and
out
I know
with you.
I'm not a major league pitcher, but come on, pitch through a little discomfort.
Well,
no, I know they can't do it.
At this point, it's like, why pitch through the discomfort?
Nah, you waited this long. Might as well put it off another few days. But we love Joe, and here is him talking about the next step in his recovery.
Yeah, head out for another rehab start in a couple days here. But things been going really well. Been feeling really good, bouncing back pretty well from the start. So, yeah, moving along well.
Were you hoping at some point to make that next start here in the bigs, or was it easy to be patient this time?
I mean, I was hoping for it, but, the conversations we've had and how long this road's been and where we're at as a team now, having the additions of Casey and Robbie, I think that allows the team to be a little more comfortable with making sure that I'm in the right spot physically and, pitch count and inning wise. So, realistically, I didn't think it was an opportunity to come back. I would have loved it to go that way, but I think 6 innings, 85 pitches seems like a reasonable mark for me. So hopefully that's what we'll get to in this next one and then look at returning here.
So you think that's if things go well, that's the final win for you?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to the wrong guy. It's not really up to me, but physically I feel really good. Been bouncing back well, increasing pitch count and got my velocity up to a higher spot than it's been in a long time. So, naturally a little bit more soreness with the recovery and stuff, but I feel like I've, leveled out pretty well and getting back to a normal feeling of what I felt between starts. So.
How exciting.
So it doesn't sound like the back is that bad.
No, he said there's a little soreness.
A little.
Not in the back. He just said general soreness recovering
soreness.
from the last start.
Sounds like things are going forward still.
Sounds like he's almost ready.
Yes.
Another, what do you think? Couple months?
Another
Season
couple
will be
months.
over by then. I know, but it's.
I don't have any.
I mean, I wish we could go. And again, right now Joe's being hit by strays.
Yes.
Okay. But I wish we could go back, strays from us. But I wish we could go back to when he was first hurt in 2024 in game 2 of the playoff, when I thought there was a chance he could come back in the next series that year against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And here we are 19 months after that. We better give it one more start. I'm a little sore. Like, how did we go from there to here?
Well, did you hear him? It's not up to him.
I know.
It's up to the doctors of the team.
I guess.
So maybe we're complaining to the wrong people.
But he was supposed to come back in like 9 days, not 19 months.
Well, that's a whole different gripe for another day.
That is another gripe. I know.
I have less confidence.
My frustration is not with Joe. My frustration is with the system that now I believe still babies these guys way too much.
We're back to this.
Yeah, we're back to that.
I'm less confident, way less confident in Jason Adam coming back than I am.
You don't think he'll make it back this season?
I mean, like you said, they keep pushing it back. Remember when he said he was going to come back September? He hasn't even been thrown off a mound yet.
Yeah, I thought it was late August, and that it's now late August. Same for Andujar. Would have expected him a little, soon here.
Yep.
Didn't sound like he was soon, because I think Craig Stammen said he's kind of like Jason Adam. Well, that's not what I want to hear.
That's not what I want to hear at all.
No. Pivetta pitched in a game, but it was 2 innings. And what league was that?
It was a bridge game, which is like for the newly drafted players. It's like a spring training type game.
I mean, I thought he was going to say, yeah, I pitched 2 innings in like the Escondido Pony League game or what. I mean, the Bridge League. What are you doing here?
I don't know.
The Bridge League?
I don't know.
I don't get it. It is okay. You can get mad at me, so I
I'm
can't
not going to
say
get mad.
anything.
Well,
but
if you're going to go down the road,
just go pitch.
Yeah. See,
Goodness.
I'm going to err on the side of caution that they actually are working through something, because I don't think any of the guys that we're talking about seem like they want to loaf around.
No, I know. I mean, Juan Soto, I mean, you give
That
him a
might be different.
hangnail and it could be 6 months. So,
Yeah,
that I get. Blake Snell, who we used to love. Well, I guess I still love him, but I mean, he just sits out kind of arbitrarily, it seems to me.
Yes.
Doesn't even seem like, I didn't even know that he's really hurt. He gets mad if you challenge him on it, but he sure came back and looked pretty damn good in his first start. He didn't need to seem to ramp up to anything.
No, he did not.
By the way, tomorrow's August 22nd.
Which is Nick Pavetta's
That's Nick Pavetta's day.
Which
All right,
he obviously is not going to make.
Yeah. All right, we got to take a break. We're going to do our firefighter interview with Robbie Ray. But before I'm going to allow you to play that when we come back, Scraby, something that is really cool for me personally and a friend of mine that you need to know about.
Wow.
It's next.
For the
interview. We'll have it for you in a minute. Before that, I'm going to tell you about something amazingly cool that has happened involving one of my best friends, and it has to do with tomorrow at Del Mar. But unfortunately, I have to give you this first. Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Rashad Bateman.
Oh no,
he's the latest.
What happened now?
He's the latest. He was arrested in Georgia, domestic violence incident.
Why is he in Georgia during training camp?
Well, because he was arrested in June. It's just now coming out. Ravens say they're cooperating, and of course, since it's a legal matter, they'll have no further comment, as if they're not allowed to have a comment. I just can't stand these things. According to TMZ, Bateman was arrested. He smashed a window of a vehicle being driven by the mother of his child. The child is 3 months old and was inside the car, and he's smashing windows. God, these people. But, here's a nice video of Rashad Bateman at camp catching passes and, just living the life. So it just goes on and on and on, Scraby, and I can't deal with it much longer.
I'm with you, but I will wait for the evidence.
Of course, we got to wait for the outcome. All right, here's the really cool thing. Last summer, I went to Del Mar. My friend Mike, who Scraby knows, who played golf with us, he's my friend all since college. And we used to joke about one day owning a racehorse, but we never did it, except he did do it. He got in. He's like a 10% owner of this horse, and he tells me about it, and he goes, man, I'm so excited. I hope that, one day I'll get to see it run in a race. That was part of the dream. It's like buy a little horse, see what if you get it.
I mean, those are expensive. They're not cheap.
Yeah, he had to put some money in. So the horse, all he's saying is, I would just like to go watch it run once. Not only did it run once, last summer when I was there and I went, I might remember I told you about this, the horse won. And it was like, oh my goodness, it's not just running, it won. And then it won again. And then it won again. And I don't want to be too repetitive, but Mike's horse went on to win 5 straight races. And all of a sudden, Mike's horse was not just any old horse. She was pretty good. She started competing across the country. He went to Kentucky to watch her race. He went to Arkansas to watch her race. She stayed pretty darn good. They came back here this summer. She won a big race up at Santa Anita a couple of months ago. I'm going to say 3 weeks ago, we went out and watched a grade 1 race at Del Mar. She came in second. Had the race been another 5 yards longer, she would have passed the winner. She was coming on strong, came up just short. Anyway, my friend is now gone from just owning a horse and hoping to see it run a race to being a great horse. And now tomorrow, she is running in the Pacific Classic. Now, anybody knows anything Del Mar, that is the biggest race on the West Coast this entire summer. It's $1 million race. She's in it.
Oh, it's $1 million? Okay, I'm a big fan.
Now you're up
I'm
for
a big fan.
Incredible.
As long as Golovko gives me a little bit of that cut,
If he'll give you a little money. She's the only filly in the field. The rest of the horses are boys. She's the only girl. She's running against them tomorrow for all of the marbles at the Pacific Classic. Her name is Almond Joy. I've mentioned her before, but this is amazing. I'm going to go out. I'm going to watch the race with Mike down there in the paddock and the winner's circle. And I don't know. There's 11 horses in the race. I'm just here. She's the 11th choice in the betting right now, but only at 20-1. So it's a very evenly set field. And even as the longest shot on the board, there are some that think she's got a chance. She's a great come-from-behind horse, and there are a lot of fast horses who will hopefully tire themselves out. Good luck to Mike.
Agree.
Tomorrow, if you're out at Del Mar, you don't throw too much money on Almond Joy, because if she wins, I want to make more money.
I
don't want her odds to go down.
I know it's not Almond Joy, but I love Almond Joy, so.
Yes, it's not spelled Almond Joy.
Yeah.
It's O-M-N Joy, but Almond Joy, look for her tomorrow in the Pacific Classic, and good luck to my friend. This is an incredible thing for him and for us. And almost as cool was interviewing Robbie Ray earlier today, Tony and I on our Friar Friday.
Year 13 for you. I mean, I know for most guys it goes by extremely fast. I mean, does it feel like you've been in the league this long at this point in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it feels like you blink your eyes and it's gone by. It definitely, I feel like every year it gets faster and faster.
Yeah.
Robbie, so with that in mind, I'm sure you like to try to drink it all in a little bit and go out and appreciate the opportunity that you still have. Talk about, working your way into the new mix here in San Diego. And is it kind of fun to join a new team and keep things fresh a little bit?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's fun. It's a fun atmosphere. It's a great team. These guys like to have fun, but they also work hard and you can see it on a daily basis. And, it's just a really good group of guys and being able to be here for a couple of weeks now, being able to settle in and get a quality start under my belt with the last one has been great. Robbie,
you've been a man that's traveled this league pretty well, and it's been mainly on the West Coast. And for a guy who's from Tennessee, what's your thoughts on being on the West Coast so much? I already know that it's probably the worst travel you have in the league, but outside of that, do you enjoy playing on the West Coast?
I do, yeah. San Diego is obviously, I mean, it's beautiful. You can't complain. Living close to the beach, 65, 70 degrees and sunny every single day. I mean, it's a tough life, But the West Coast is great. I love it.
Well, we appreciate you thinking that it's 65 and sunny every day. Lately, it's been like 95 and sunny, but we're hanging in there. Robbie Ray is with us, and I'll ask you a question that you've probably already been asked 100 times since the other night, but your view of Fernando's catch, it was, I'm sure, appreciated by yourself more than probably anybody else.
Very appreciated. Yeah, off the bat, I didn't think it had enough to carry, and it just kept going. And then I saw Fernando go back, and he was at the wall, and he leapt up, and I was like, did he catch it? And I'm sitting there looking, and then he finally holds the ball up, and I just blacked out and threw my hands in the air. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Robbie, you've done a terrific job since joining the rotation. You mentioned you got your first quality start underneath your belt in the last one. One thing I've noticed just kind of doing these games, you seem completely unbothered when you have traffic behind you. I mean, obviously you've done it for 13 years now. You've had to have done it many times at this point, but not everybody seems to be as comfortable as you do once you do get some traffic on the bases. Where does that come from?
I think it's, like you said, it's the experience. I've had it throughout my career where, earlier on in my career, I was more of a punch-out guy. I was racking up the strikeouts. So, the comfortability came with, you got runners in scoring position. It's like, I'm just going to strike out these next two guys. But, this year, I've became more of my ground ball percentage is higher. And so in those situations, I feel like putting the ball on the ground and getting a double play. I feel comfortable, kind of with all my pitches in that kind of aspect.
Yeah, I love that question, Tony, because, watching you, Robbie, I mean, I almost feel comfortable when you get a guy or two on, and normally that's an uneasy feeling, for the fans and for everybody. But do you feel like you pitch a little differently with guys on, and maybe you try to be a little more fine, work the black part of the plate, or when there's nobody on base, which has led to a few more walks? But then after that, you don't walk anybody because you're maybe not being as fine. And I'm guessing here. Hopefully you can take me into your mind a little on how you're going about it.
Yeah, I think it's more so just like bearing down in those situations. It's it really comes down to, when those walks happen, it's, maybe it's a lack of focus or something with the delivery is not as crisp. And in those situations with runners on, it's like, okay, this is a moment that you really have to bear down and get your team out of this.
Robbie Ray joins us here, Padres starting pitcher, one of the Padres starting pitchers, throwing the ball tremendously well right now. Robbie, as you talked about being a punch guy early in your career and then having to kind of morph into a guy who, as you said, your ground ball rate is higher than has been. What was that transition for? Like, that's not an easy one for guys like yourself who have spent the majority of their career getting the ball by guys. Has that been an adjustment for you?
It has, yeah. I think the ABS system has kind of changed the way that, guys like me pitch, because back in the day, you could kind of just abuse the top of the zone, and that was something that you could get away with. But now it feels like the top of the zone has been brought down with the ABS system. And so you're having to pitch more in the hitter's nitro zone to below the zone to get the chases. And, that's something that, adding the sinker and adding the changeup has been able to help me get that bottom of the zone a little bit easier than, with the four seam at the top.
Robbie Ray started his career a long while ago. As Tony mentioned, the time's gone by quickly. It says here you were planning to go to college, play at Arkansas when you were drafted by the Nationals. Discuss your decision to go into baseball, and 3-4 years after that you were to the big leagues, so it seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah, ultimately it came down to me wanting what I wanted to do with my life, and that was be a Major League Baseball player, and to be able to get the opportunity to start that at 18 instead of and foregoing the 3 years of college and then re-entering the draft, it made more sense for me to kind of start that pursuit of that dream.
Robbie, you mentioned ABS. It's been an adjustment, I think, for everybody. I know obviously we've seen that top of the zone certainly come down. You're not getting those calls above. I mean, besides that point, do you like ABS for yourself?
I think it kind of it's fun for the fans. I think the fan interaction is great. But there is the human element to baseball that's kind of been taken out of it with the ABS. You have the umpire who makes a call, but then it does stop the hitters from complaining, because it's like, if you want to complain, just challenge it. So I see both sides of it, and but it is kind of frustrating when you're out there and it's like, man, I felt like that ball was that 5-6 years ago that gets called a strike, and then all of a sudden the hitter challenges it and it's just above belt high and it's a ball.
Robbie Ray joining us on the SDCCU fan hotline, not Big Bank Banking. It's better. I want to finish up with something really good, Robbie. I want to ask you, where do you keep the Cy Young Award? And how do you deal with having been a Cy Young pitcher? Because unfortunately, that award you won in 2021 is not helping you get guys out today. Although maybe it's giving you the confidence you can do it, right?
For sure. Yeah, I have the award in my house. I've got kind of like a little trophy hall with all of my accomplishments hanging up with some jerseys and stuff like that. So the family and everybody can kind of walk down that hall and see it. So it's pretty it's a pretty cool little display that I got.
That's awesome. Robbie, we won't hold you any longer, my friend. Thank you for your time, man. Good luck in your next start, and you got the city behind you, my friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Robbie.
Robbie Ray, our Friar Friday guest. SDCCU is not Big Bank Banking. It's better.
I think everybody heard us laughing, but I didn't realize
CCCCU.
I didn't realize he did that, or else I would have taken it out.
SDCCCU.
I would have taken it out.
California Credit Union. We love those guys. All right. Thank you, Robbie Ray, our Friar Friday interview. Hope you enjoyed it. We're out of here. Hamby's coming in to run the show tonight, and Sammy's got the pregame, and then Tony and Jesse have the call. Padres Twins. Is our music going?
Yes.
Oh, I barely heard it.
You need to get new ears.
Nah, it's not happening. Not doing it.
Monday. Oh, it's Bob tonight.
Oh, it is Bob. Tony's not on?
Forgot about. No, Tony's on TV. I forgot about that.
Oh, thank you. All right, so Bob and okay. Anyway, they'll figure it out. Tomorrow's the Pacific Classic.
We gotta go,
and we'll be back Monday to wrap everything up. Bye. Hey, gang, it's Chris.